Hey guys, so what is up? It's Dusty here. and welcome back to another live stream. I just quickly have to check. We've dropped some frames here and I really don't know how to fix it, to be completely honest with you. I've checked now, I've restarted the computer, I've tried a couple of things, but it's not going away. So let's just hope that it's not too laggy, not too annoying to watch, and you guys can all cope with it. I really, really hope so. So, a little bit tired today. Again, it's already about 1 a.m. right now. There's so much going on. For example, we just got this newer piece of information here from the SEC, and that we're going to talk about. We have some stuff to talk about here, guys. We have some stuff to talk about, man. Hey, but if you're watching right now, let me quickly know where you guys are all watching from, because I have a big story here, and I at first wanted to make a video, but I was like, meh. Let me just do it live here, because I just have the story pretty fresh in my head. And if I had to do a video, it would take a little bit of time, before it would be up. And I thought, you know what, let me just make a live stream on it. And you guys can also give me your responses live while we go about it. Only problem is, again, that it's going to be a little bit laggy at sometimes, as you guys know. All right, I see Florida, Arizona, Cyprus, Australia, Scotland, UK. All right. Okay, so we got a couple people in. All right, let's just start with the story. So, first off, James K. Fillon just posted over on Twitter. This is, again, breaking news just now, like 30 minutes ago. SEC asked the court to deny Ripple's request for an order requiring the SEC to stop using foreign requests for assistance for discovery purposes and to turn over all material already collected. So, the SEC is coming in here, if you're wondering what exactly this is, with a little bit of a rejection to everything which Ripple has requested in the last couple of days. This first part here is referring to the fact that the SEC has contacted foreign administrations asking basically about information regarding Ripple. This second part here is that the SEC, should give all the information which they've gathered in those countries over to Ripple to see it to them, and they should also not use it anymore. So the SEC has now said, well, we don't agree with that. We want to deny that request, and let's bring it up to court. The SEC has also filed a letter regarding 2 documents that were filed under seal as part of this motion. Okay, I didn't read this yet, by the way. This is breaking. I just saw this. Like, I started streaming, and all of a sudden I saw it. Boom. Let's quickly check this one out. Plaintiff SEC respectfully notes that in connection with its opposition to defendant's discovery motion, and in abundance of caution, the SEC is filing under seal 2 documents it received from a foreign regulator, but not from defendants. While the documents have not been designated confidential, they appear to discuss specific details of Ripple's strategies. Ooh, this could again be a little bit of a jab from the SEC to make us, as the XRP community, a little bit scared, because that's one of their tactics. The details included in these documents are likely highly relevant to the resolution of the merits of this case, but the SEC is not relying on the details themselves for purposes of the present discovery dispute regarding voluntary requests for assistance to foreign regulators. Accordingly, the SEC is temporarily filing the 2 documents under seal to permit Ripple to determine, after reviewing them, whether it will move to seal them, at least insofar the documents relate to the particular dispute. Okay, so that is not too relevant, the bottom part here. Once more, if you're wondering, Dusty, why are you covering this? Purely because this is some breaking news on the Ripple XRP lawsuit, and I thought you guys might like to hear it. So I'm going to quickly retweet that here as well, and I'll make a separate video on exactly this and some other minor stuff that happened just now, all right, pretty soon. But let's get into the story, which is relating to the title. And welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. If you're watching right now and you want to help out the channel a little bit, and you want to help out with basically everything, make sure you press the like button, right? It just helps out. So there's a ton of articles which you have open. It starts off by saying, guys, it's all part of the plan. Literally, everything which is happening right now, and I can't stress this enough, is part of some bigger plan with crypto. I just cannot imagine. Like, I was recording a video earlier. I'm not sure if it's public yet or not, where it basically talks about how the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, is hidden, right? But there's one guy called Craig Wright who says he's Satoshi Nakamoto, and he basically wants the copyright to the Bitcoin white paper. Whenever I think about that, I'm like, man, these guys are talking about multi-billions of dollars, like multi-billions of dollars. And what it really comes down to, all those discussions as well, is really, what is the bigger plan for crypto? What is the bigger plan for Bitcoin? And to be honest, guys, I personally am a really big guy on XRP, right? You guys know it. I personally really like it. However, there's another part, and that is that I'm really kind of just a crypto maxi in that sense, that I just believe in cryptocurrency as a whole, and that XRP is going to be one of the best performing cryptos. That's, I guess, an added to it. So with that said, with that in mind, what is going on here specifically, and why am I showing you guys this? Well, this is something which I think a lot of you guys have actually never seen before. It is the Bitcoin stock to flow indicator, or model in this sense here, where again, it mostly takes into measure Bitcoin scarcity. And if you kind of take a little bit of a look at where we are at in this little time frame here, you can see where it's kind of headed, right? And there's updates to this one. There's more than one. There's actually a full freaking there's a full internet here of the stock to flow model and how that works. But even this model on its own literally predicts that over a longer term, crypto is just going to be going up. And again, you don't know exactly how it's going to flow along this line, but you know it will, generally speaking, follow the line upwards. That's basically the idea. So in that sense, we don't know exactly when we're going to hit $1 million, for example, but you know that it's going to get there at one point or another, albeit another couple of years, albeit with another dip or so happening. It is the bigger picture. That's just one thing to keep in your head, all right? Just one thing to keep in your head. Thinking Crypto also posted about that right now. We're still on track, as even though you might think, Dusty, we've fallen down like crazy, here is one of our earlier Bitcoin analysis. We said if we stay within this, we're extremely bullish for the short term. Since we broke below, it's a pretty big correction. There's one other thing which you might add, or which you might say. If you're looking at Bitcoin the way it's going right now, there's two things which I would like to say. One is it basically broke and made a lower low, right? However, because it retested that earlier, there's actually a couple... Ooh, we can't draw in here, I don't think. All right, I don't know how we can draw in this one. Not sure exactly how we can draw in this chart, so that's a little bit annoying. Let's just say it like this, right? Because we retested it earlier, it is basically, within the correction forming, an A, B with a C pattern, right? That's basically what we've seen right now. We corrected, we came back up and corrected even lower. And this could actually be kind of the basis of the newer run towards the upside. This could be. Is it certain? No. Because it could also be that basically this is the A where we're going to see another B here with another deeper C. For example, testing this level right here. A lot of people are saying, again, $46,000 is the bigger level for Bitcoin that we do not want to breach. I'm still not certain if I really agree with that, but it's all in the head at least, all right? We're assuming that there might be some bigger dump coming, and we're preparing for it by not spending all our money on this dip just quite yet, and keeping some money on the side for if we do dip lower. At least that is my personal strategy of just making sure I'm not messing it up, right? Making sure I have something in kind of the back end for if it does dip lower. Now, with that in mind, really, have you started to think about it too? Like, okay, you have this model, which basically shows the bigger picture. That doesn't really matter though for the real short term, because it just says, again, I just said it's longer term. What is shorter term though, if you think about it, is, for example, the fact that crypto kind of broke out towards the downside here on the 18th. Some huge whales were coming in all of a sudden. Some huge liquidations were happening. And then a couple of days later, one of the most quote-unquote bearish things for crypto in a very long time happened, specifically on the day that Bitcoin also dropped for the first time in 2.5 years, August 2018, below a 50% dominance. That is very coincidental. So once more, guys, huge and really unexplainable amounts of liquidations here around this time, the 18th, with some huge transfers, huge money transfers over on Binance. Once more, what happened here is guys trying to manipulate the price with so much money to get the price downwards here, to kind of get some momentum going. And it worked for a little bit. Why? Well, most likely, which again, you might see here, we rebounced here, but then the news from Biden came out, at least what I'm expecting, and we fell lower because we had a second bounce here. But it's just because of the Biden ordeal, I think, that we actually got to dip lower. But I'm still kind of convinced that this is all expected. Now, there are multiple videos coming out here, and I keep explaining this theory here to you guys that I still think whatever we're witnessing here, that it is extremely, extremely bullish for altcoins. But that will just show itself, right? We'll see it. We'll see it. We'll see it. There's so many signs for that. Let's quickly go through some of the things we have, though. 360 Trader posted, "Is the mankind's natural psychology of fear and greed that rules the market. This means buying a rocket and selling blood. The opposite of success." Once more, think about this really properly for yourself. They, again, the big guys who manipulate the market, and that is not something which you have to worry about or wonder about. It is definitely happening. And sorry if there's any lag. I'm so sorry for that. It says here the stream is actually doing good. All right, guys, is it laggy a little bit? Let me quickly know, guys, in the chat box. Let's quickly see. 5 out of 5. Hi, Dusty. Hi. Is it laggy? I'll just quickly check on my phone if you guys are also. And by the way, if you don't like the stream, you can also just literally leave. All right? Because I see a couple of people hating a little bit right now, but it's very distracting. If I see somebody on the left side, on the screen, on the text box here, just saying, "Hey, you're so stupid," just leave. Just watch somebody else. So the big guys who manipulate the market, which again we've already discussed now multiple times throughout the last couple of days, definitely know this little secret here. And the secret is very obvious. It's don't follow the trap of buying a rocket and selling blood. And this is exactly what I keep explaining whenever I tell you guys, like, these guys ask me, it might even be you, in the comment section very often, at points like this, "Dusty, should I buy?" And points like this, "Dusty, should I sell?" It is exactly the opposite of what type of mindset I would personally recommend people to have, right? Same thing for Bitcoin. Every time the price goes up higher, 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 like, "Ooh, should I buy now? Should I buy now?" And every time it goes lower, they're like, "Ooh, should I sell?" Specifically today, the amount of people asking me if they should sell, throughout the night here, if I check through the YouTube comments, it is insane. And it is purely because people have this fear in their heads that they should sell whenever things get lower, whenever they see the money go down, and they should buy whenever they see things do good. But as I've explained before with some kind of quotes from books, specifically The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, I like to quote that book very often because I think it's really beautiful in that sense. The higher the prices, the riskier it gets. The lower the prices, the less risky. And it is really logical if you start to think about it. At the price like this, once more, we've corrected a little bit, you have a higher probability of going upwards than in a time like this. Specifically, though, when you're actually in an uptrend, like, for example, in any one of these cases here, any one of these dips, or even closer, like, for example, this small dip after we hit the top, you have a higher chance of making profit than at the top itself. Logically, right? The price went down a little bit, so you have a higher chance of actually going up than if the price has already gone up just now. It's just logic, I guess. Is it really true? I guess debatable, because you might also say, well, it's a 50-50. You can go up or down. Nobody really knows. But I would say the more you've gone down, the more you've corrected, the higher of a chance you have that you're eventually going to bounce back up again, right? The more candles you wait, the higher the chance that eventually one of them is going to be green. With that said, right now, you could say, Dusty, that momentum is kind of faded because we have made basically a newer lower low. So the bull run might be over. Well, again, that's debatable. I would personally not think that that really suffices. We're actually going to have to wait a couple of days to actually determine the majority of that, because once more, we had a bounce right here, a second bounce, and right now we fell down lower with, in my opinion, a lot of pressure from the news as well, together with, again, the manipulation that we saw within this candle, because this was just ridiculous. First time we broke and severely broke. Another retest. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense to be seeing this, in my opinion. But we have a lot of, guys, we have a lot of things to cover here throughout this video, so do not worry if I'm not making too much sense right now. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, but that's kind of the picture there. They know the secret as well. They know the juice. They know the majority of people want to buy the rocket and want to sell the blood. You should do the exact opposite. It's called contrarian investing, I actually believe, where you're just buying when people are afraid, and you're selling when people are really optimistic. Now, this selling part, take it with a grain of salt. You might not want to do that because you might want to hold on through. It's been statistically proven that you will most likely, in the crypto space here, make more money by just hodling than trading. Because if you're trading, I've explained that, you're basically looking for a good entry and looking for a good sales point, right? But what you're going to have is that you will definitely be able to, you'll definitely miss a couple of big rises here and there. And what that results into is that, for example, if Bitcoin goes from $100 to $1,000, if it does that within 1 day or within 5 days, whatever, without any big dip, you might never get a chance to really buy into it if that's following your strategy. And that means that you will keep your euros the way it is, so you're not losing money, but you're also not making it. And that is sometimes why hodling is actually a lot better than trading. And that is why I like to trade on Bybit, as you guys know, with coin margin. So the inverse perpetuals, where you're making money in coins. XRP Chiz posted, take advantage or someone else will. Another really, really important point to kind of think of here. If you're not buying here, it doesn't mean that the majority of others aren't buying. Because if you check here throughout the little chat box, let's quickly see here, guys. How many people are buying right now? Which one of you guys bought the crypto dip? Let's quickly see here in the chat box. Please don't put how much XRP you have. But let's quickly see here. Are you guys buying the freaking dip? You'll notice a lot of the people here watching the crypto content are buying the freaking dip. And a lot of the guys here that are wondering, yeah, they're all afraid. They're all on the back end. They're just letting other people take the advantage or opportunity. We saw a little bit earlier already that this dip specifically on XRP could have resulted in like 30% gains throughout the freaking night, right? If you were literally just sitting behind your computer or phone or whatever, buying the actual dip. And again, this dip was one of the easiest ever to buy. I'm not even lying. This is literally the easiest dip ever. Why? Well, because Bitcoin went down lower. So if you ever sold any of your Bitcoin for an altcoin, you'd have made a ton of profit because the next couple of hours, Bitcoin was just dipping lower, lower, lower. So if you at one point or another thought, you know what, I'll buy something, you were definitely correct because Bitcoin was still going lower and you could have bought the dip for 5 hours because you had a 5 hour span here, 5 hour window. And I do that too, guys. I buy it like there's no freaking tomorrow. I smash my buy button every time. And now, again, my whole keyboard and mouse are broken because I can't press them no more. That's a little bit of a joke. I mean, yeah, I really buy the dips quite severely, quite heavily. Right now, XRP short term is having a little bit of an uptrend going on. A lot of positive vibes, a lot of positivity is being spread right now. In the end, though, guys, people would like to hate on it. People would like to, install some fear on your ass. But that's mostly, I think, because they don't have enough money to buy the dips anymore. Something along those lines. They don't want you to know the secret, or they might just not want. They might not want to see you, working properly. I don't really know, man. I really don't know. Let's quickly see what you said, MS. Your MacBook lagging because of what? Oh yeah, because I keep spamming those freaking things. Yeah, my MacBook lagging because of that. Freaking $2,500 thing can't even handle freaking 20 Chrome tabs. What is that? What is that supposed to be? Here's another one. A little good example. Trust me, guys, when I say that this is something which the majority of hodlers and traders know. But a lot of people who have entered the space in 2021 here, they have never been through a bear market. They haven't, maybe, potentially, right? This is over generalizing, but then I have to. A lot of these people have never witnessed a bear market, don't know what it is to see a correction, don't know what everything is happening right now. On the Bitcoin pair, really, we haven't even corrected that much. This is not a strong correction. On altcoins, it definitely was. I'm not going to lie. It was a pretty hefty correction right now for XRP, for example. But that's also because the margins are a lot better with XRP. Once more, look at that. You could have made freaking 30% within the just a couple of hours here if you bought the dip. That's freaking mind-boggling stuff. With Bitcoin, that number is significantly lower in terms of how much profit you can make in such a short amount of time. In this case here, it's about 8 or so. That is also why I keep explaining right now how XRP, for example, is outperforming Bitcoin. Why is this happening? I personally think it's altcoin season taking over. Literally explained, Bitcoin made a dip at around 4 a.m. my time. This is Amsterdam time. Right here. 4 a.m. Bitcoin made a dip. Altcoins made a severe dip. All altcoins. As you can see here, XRP and VeChain are just two key examples. And on the XRP to BTC pair, it also dipped significantly. What happened though is Bitcoin went down lower for the next 5 hours, which is also kind of odd. Why did it go down lower? Why did it have such a huge wick right here? Such a huge amount of selling pressure. Most likely some manipulated efforts as well. Most likely some longs got liquidated, and that's kind of sparked some further downwards pressure. But then again, why did alts not follow? Usually, when Bitcoin takes a big hike like that, which it did, altcoins followed for a little while. But you can see altcoins followed severely and picked itself back up on XRP, on VeChain. And Bitcoin started to fall for the next 5 more hours. Whilst XRP was in that regard already up, again, the next couple of hours here to about 9 a.m., was already up about 20% again in the time that Bitcoin was still dipping down lower. Again, on this pair, you can clearly see here, in the next couple of hours, it went up so ridiculously much. And it's something you're going to think about here for your little self. Like, why? In my opinion, it's screaming one thing, which is altcoin season. Basically, XRP, VeChain, a lot of altcoins just over a little bit of a period of time. I'm not talking one day. Outperforming Bitcoin here, as the dominance already was showing some weakness as it dipped below 50. And right now, it might really have shown one of the most key signals here where they are outperforming in a dip. That is really odd. It basically tells us people prefer to hold altcoins over Bitcoin, and that's really strange though. Could it be some heavier manipulation? Could definitely be. Could it be some bigger picture that, okay, Bitcoin is just the riskiest because of the tax plans and the majority of those big guys with millions of dollars are holding Bitcoin? That could also be. There's a lot of theories which you can attach to it, right? We don't know in the end of things what it's going to be or what exactly it was, but it's just stuff I'm thinking about here. Let's quickly see if you guys said anything interesting in the chat box. Bought at 114. Okay. Well, yeah, man. I mean, the lowest XP just went to was about, let's quickly see here, freaking 80 something. Okay, on the Bitstamp it's about 91 cents. On Binance it's about 86 cents, I believe the lowest it got to. Which is also crazy if you start to think about it, how low it freaking dipped. So, yeah, this person, Teldal, I didn't even know who this is, but he or she, or whatever, said, how are you going to get rich if you sell at the bottom? Hodl, don't be a little whiny cat. This one hits a little bit deeper to me. I definitely feel this to the heart, mostly because, you know, the mentality, as I've just explained before, is you buy the bottom and you sell at the top. Then again, keep in mind, the majority, I'm going to say at least 75% of the people, the majority of people watching right now, they're not even good at hodling. I mean, talk about trading is another thing, but they're not even good at hodling crypto because they get too afraid. They're shivering. And if you watch right now, admit to me, have you never once been scared to hold? Have you never once felt like, ooh, I'm going to lose all my money? A lot of you guys most likely felt that way because I have felt that way too. At one point, I have definitely felt a little bit afraid. And I think a lot of you guys have had that too, right? But that was, luckily for me, years ago. It was years ago because I've been in this space now for a very good while. And back then, it was a little bit more scary because we never had this big of a rush downwards. And Paula says, why are you not answering questions? I usually tell a story that I have kind of prepared and then I go into the questions. That's what I usually do. But yeah, some of you guys are freaking lying. You said you've never been scared. Free BS, man. If you've never been scared with all this crypto stuff, man, I think that's a little bit of a lie, man. This guy is ass-kissing XRP holder and taking out people's opinion for granted. Huh. All right, but so the bigger picture there is, I'm going to say at least 75% of the people have been scared. That's a number I've just taken out of my ass a little bit, right? I don't know the statistics for that one. I'm just assuming a lot of the people are really, really scared at one point or another. I have been the same type of guy, but that's luckily already years ago. And what it's kind of taught me there is, okay, so people will act irrationally. People definitely will because they're afraid. They see the money go down from $1,000, for example, to $800. And specifically when you see pumps like SafeMoon and all those Doge type of things is when they get even more scared. But then again, I just also explained to you guys how holding is most likely better than trading if you're planning to hold for a longer time, unless you're doing the coin margin trading or you're really good at, I guess just really having a hold stash and a trading stash. But then, if you have that in the back of your head, this right here, XRP Profit. Is this guy 100% legit? No, because he has no source or anything like that. He just says, the fact that people still think the market dropped because retail investors are selling cracks me up. And that really made me think once more. Do we believe that? Do we believe that just because we, quote unquote, we are panicking, the prices are falling? Well, that actually makes you think about what exactly was the big ordeal that made prices fall initially anyway. I mean, there's two things, right? One was the bigger Bitcoin plunge here on the 18th, which we saw on the bigger, oh no, I didn't close the chart here. The 18th here, this day, we saw this bigger dump, mostly because some big guys over on Binance were putting some money in, trying to push the price back down. A lot of money, all right? We're talking a lot of freaking money. That sparked some liquidations, which sparked more liquidations, huge kind of flash crash. Price recovered, though. Nothing was really going on until we retested, and now we saw that news from Biden. But the Biden tax plan is actually for individuals with 1 million plus in that sense. It's already targeting the upper end of things. Then again, how many people actually rationally trade, for example, because of such a news announcement? Well, if you're thinking, it's mostly, right, the big guys who trade because of an announcement like that. Because I personally wouldn't actually sell my Bitcoin because of some stupid ass tax plan. Who cares about that? Because logically you would think, okay, if holding crypto becomes more, if selling crypto becomes more expensive, you'd rather hold it, right? And the whole tax ordeal, it's only been filed. It hasn't really come through just quite yet. This was definitely one of the most important pieces of crypto news in a very long while. And I definitely think that a lot of people will call this the Biden dump right now. Okay, so no, Dusty, not his capital gains tax. That applies to everyone, not just over $1 million. Okay, so maybe that was wrong on my end. What is then the difference? What is then the 1 million thing? Maybe that's just even higher then in terms of tax? Once we're not even from the US, man. I've just been reading everything here. I'm trying to get the story straight. So let me quickly see what you guys are saying on that one. Dusty and all YouTubers show up to reassure people to justify negative or positive news. Well, I don't know exactly what that means either. Once more, guys, I'm not even a native English speaker. For a little fun fact, whatever I do here is just being completely open and honest with everything that I'm thinking. I think in the end of things, it's not a freaking one-man game. No one man can make it better than another by kind of hurting another crypto. And I personally think here, that I'll just, whatever I tell here, as long as it's what exactly I think, if you guys are trying to get me with that, then I can't do any better. Like, I'm not trying to sell you guys a dream unless I'm actually thinking the dream too. You guys feeling me with that one? Like, if I think that's going to happen, I'll tell you. If I don't think it's going to happen, I'll tell you as well. If I think it is better to sell XRP right now because that can ultimately make us more money, I'll definitely tell you. So I'm not a freaking XRP shill. No, if XRP does bad or looks bad, I will definitely 100% certain tell you. But I personally think it's still a good freaking crypto. Specifically, it is very, and I've actually heard that from multiple people who dislike XRP, it is very stupid, in my opinion, and some others, to not hold any XRP, purely for the idea that they have this lawsuit going on. If you're not involved with XRP at all, you're basically wasting this opportunity of some crazy amount of gains if they do win the lawsuit. And that is something which you don't really have to ask yourself. It's not a big question of, oh, does this crypto really have utility? Or, oh, does this crypto really have something going on? You know it for a fact. You know for a fact they have something bigger going on. They have a lawsuit going on. And if they win this, which there's a high probability they will, that we're going to make money on that one. That's just certain. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that. Let me quickly see here, guys, what you guys are saying about the tax. Somebody said something here. The article I read was that the U.S. capital gains tax would only apply to investors making over $1 million. Somebody else says if you make over $1 million, you are a different tax bracket. Oh yeah, and some people are always mocking my my W whenever I say welcome. You know how many times I've practiced this one just because you guys always mock me with that? It's pretty funny. Welcome. Welcome. Jensler has mentioned an 80% crypto capital gains tax. This can't happen, especially all the institutional investors who bought Bitcoin about 50K and are hodling. Yeah, man, I see the whole crypto tax part, I guess, two-sided. I mean, if you think about it, the tax thing should actually make people keep their crypto more closely. I mean, if it's really annoying to sell it, well, then you're going to just keep it, right? That sounds kind of odd to me. But then again, if it becomes more expensive to just sell it, then you're also maybe not going to start it. And that's basically where these guys are afraid for. Puzzle Board says people get rich with the high-risk snowball effect mentality, not the no-risk overnight effect. It all starts with the psychology of the brain, risk, and emotion. I definitely agree with that. But then again, the bigger guys here are most likely, for the best part, really pushing this one, trying to shake you out. I personally, once more, I'm going to keep that up here and keep saying that every single time. I personally don't think that this is all just retail. If it was only retail panic, I don't think we could have moved the market that much. There would have been too much resistance here. This is a bigger picture. What did Biden do? Biden actually came up with a new tax plan, a really heavy one, to make sure that the capital gains, which basically stands for if you buy crypto $10,000 worth and you want to sell it, for example, $20,000 worth, you made a capital gains of 100%, or basically in this sense, you made a $10,000 worth of capital gains. Again, if you went from 10 to 20,000, and then on that 10,000, you're going to have to pay tax. And that number basically doubled net right now in this proposition, and that is pretty scary to some. All right, let's see what else. So on the Ripple specific side of things, currently there are 70 million people in the US and an estimated 1.7 billion globally who live their daily lives outside the financial system. Learn how blockchain and digital assets in real-time payments are addressing this issue. I'm not exactly sure which one of these tweets exactly I wanted to kind of reference here. What it was basically, maybe let's quickly see here. What it was basically that they're trying to take you out of this market. They're trying to take you out of the cycle completely. The big guys know it's going to be looking like this, right? Or in other words, it's going to be looking like this. Crypto is going to go up with some waves. Why these waves are so extra right now, why you're seeing some of these heavier legs towards the downside, it is to shake people off. It is to let you sell. It's basically to shake you out, let the bulls, for example, lose their money. And some people are, of course, speculating and betting. But it's for a major reason, just the bigger picture of things. I personally think the majority of people, even shorting Bitcoin, are still bullish on Bitcoin longer term. They're just making money with it, because this is not a poor man's game. Us as individuals cannot make a difference in the price right here. Even if everybody watching right now is going to put all his life savings in at the exact same time, we're not even going to get a big dent going here. We're not going to do too much. we're not going to be able to do a very big amount in terms of this price. It is a lot of big money here, a lot of big money. And from that same degree, same degree once more, it's been kind of confirmed that the crypto journey is there, right? Who's going to deny here that crypto is going down? Nobody can deny that the crypto will just continue on. It's just a question of how the line is going to look. And I personally think the line will always be a little bit like this. We're going to get some shakeups here and there, but the bigger picture is up, up, up. And by the way, guys, if you are watching this video and you want to help out the channel a little bit, make sure you just press the like button. All it does is just show the live stream to a couple more people, or just help out a little bit in the YouTube algorithm. So if you just want to be nice and help out a little bit, that really is appreciated. And it doesn't cost you anything, pressing the like button. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but I'm just saying, man, if you weren't thinking about it, it does help out. Then Hong Kong business turns to BNB and XRP payments amidst severe lockdown. So the reason I wanted to quickly pop this one open is, man, I've done a couple of things recently. One is I wanted to send some Ethereum. It was freaking dumb. I never want to do that again, because sending Ethereum is stupid. Second of all, I noticed, man, there's really the necessity of cross-border payments improvements, and there's definitely a necessity of just cheaper methods to doing things. I mean, the bank, for example, I try to do a transfer right now around the world, takes freaking a couple of days, man. It's almost unimaginable, in my opinion right now, that I know an English word? I don't know. Within the years 2021, that there's still no good system for it. But then again, I think about it, man, there are systems for it, but they're just not openly used just quite yet. A lot of what we're seeing right now is just an adoption process. XRP, for example, possesses technology. Even BNB, for example, though, I couldn't say only XRP. There's a lot of these cryptos which possess some type of technology, even XLM, to better this world. But why is it not being used? That is a good question. A good part of that is just not proper regulation. We have seen proper regulation attempts in the past. Were they really good? No. Is this whole buy nor deal part of the bigger regulation? I mean, it's a beginning. It's just a really bad beginning. Gary Gensler is set to now hopefully make a proper rule book. Even him, though, I don't think will really do everything just quite yet, because it's going to take a good time. Now, I have quoted, I'm not sure if you've seen that video yet, because I've already recorded it, but it's not up maybe. Maybe it's already up. I'm not quite sure. Did you guys see the bit on Cardano's Charles Hoskinson, what I said? He basically said that they will definitely, regardless of what happens, lobby for proper crypto regulations, but in a positive way. And if they're going to come, they will definitely lobby to fix them up, because the proposed ideas, like the Yellen girl, will most likely all be negative. I see Sin City saying donation challenge for XP holders with $5 coming in, and then Monkey Child coming in with a 90 South African rand says challenge accepted. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I guess the support. So yeah, like we just said, the Yellen already came in, for example, and some of these bigger guys, some of these bigger regulators and people who have kind of power in that space and that part, with some really freaking dumb propositions. Haven't you guys also noticed that? Whenever there's some crypto regulation coming in, they're freaking dumb. We had this a couple of months ago, the proposed wallet check, which basically was that an exchange had to check if the wallet was actually yours before they could pay out, and that you had to verify that with KYC. Plus, they had to note every transfer above 3 and some different transfers above $10,000. You had to note that. It was basically that in the crypto realm right now, if you're sending $100,000, nobody's going to know, right? Nobody knows, nobody cares. But from that point on forward, you're going to have to put everything down. Even though logically, you still have to, towards your tax man, I guess, show all your transfers above like $10,000 or $20,000. It's a little bit different with crypto, I guess. Because from that point on forward, nothing is private anymore. All the addresses you own, you're going to have to verify them. And that is something which I think is also quite interesting. How that is moving along. But this article is mostly just to show you guys crypto is starting to get adopted in the real world. It's just a slow process. It's a process which has to pick up piece by piece, but it will get there, guys. It'll get there. And I'm really convinced of that. Then a little bit more update on the lawsuit here. This is a little part which was shared on April 22nd by Phil and Law. He said, XRP versus SEC. The SEC has filed its motion to strike. We read it. Ripple's lack of due process and fair notice affirmative defense. The motion declaration memorandum and exhibits are in the link below. Jeremy, a lawyer, said, there are two reasons I am fairly confident to motion to strike, or that the motion to strike will not be granted. We have actually, in my videos, also seen, I don't really think this motion is going to pull through, even though I'm not a lawyer. With the research I've done throughout the last couple of months, I kind of feel like a freaking detective for everything I've been doing here. And you guys, maybe you guys have the same type of feeling where we've watched so much with freaking lawsuits. I never really updated myself with lawsuits until all this type of stuff. So, somebody says holding until 2026, because if I sell or trade, my ex gets a cut. That's pretty funny. Sorry, I just saw that in the chat. That it just really doesn't make a lot of sense for this motion to strike, because they don't really have a good offense. First, the bar is very high on a motion to strike. We knew that. The court must find the claim or defense so tenuous that it is a waste of time to even pursue. Motions to strike are rarely granted. Because think about this, guys. What the SEC just tried is to basically get this defense completely out of the way. They tried to put up a motion to strike. A motion to strike is basically just like, hey, you know what? You have a defense. We don't like that one, and we don't think this will add anything to the case. So why do we keep going back and forth on the defense? Let's just throw it out the window. And that usually does not get granted because, well, there's most likely some reason as to why they put up the defense and why that defense might help them win. And if there's any chance that that defense might help them win or might cause a victory in just as a whole, then the defense has to stay in there. And attorney Jeremy Hogan posted, the second reason I don't think it will be granted is the Upton case. It is a binding precedent, Second Circuit, in a case that is factually similar. Read the last 4 paragraphs if you're interested. Finally, sorry that I didn't chime in earlier on this issue. I've been nourishing some whiplash stemming from watching the price of XRP plummet. Ouch. Just was pretty damn funny in my opinion as well. John Deaton said the Upton case is cited to in XRP holders' answer and motion to intervene as well. It is one reason XRP itself should be deemed a non-security as a matter of law. It's worth a read. So we're going to maybe go over that in another video separately, maybe tomorrow. You know, I had this one to cover and this one specifically, right? So we have 2 things about the lawsuit where I can give you guys an update on. I'll do a little bit more digging, of course, as I need a better, a little bit more information if I'm going to make a video on it. Otherwise, I don't really have much to say. Then we have some ideas here. I've noticed there's quite a lot of, shorts, quite a lot of longs. Very often it's actually really one-sided, but right now it really is not. So that was interesting to me. There's definitely a lot of back and forward, specifically from some of these bigger analysts who usually go trending quite a lot. Let's quickly see some stuff, right? Let's just go through some ideas and kind of go together here, see what's going on. And if you haven't done it already, make sure you press the like button. Let's get to at least 300 likes, everybody. So here's an idea, and this guy has a really interesting way of writing things down. He basically does his parts, or whatever you can call it, by chapters. And even though these are not necessarily that relative or that cool for the news of things, it is important, right? Whatever these guys are thinking, it doesn't necessarily reflect in the real world. But it is, I think, once more important to kind of understand what some of the bigger analysts are thinking, specifically a moderator here, and how people are reacting to that, what they're saying in the comment section, and what the bigger picture just is, guys. You guys get me, right? I think it's interesting to just watch other analysts. I like that. So here is chapter 7 of this guy's thing. The mighty 2168, again a Fibonacci level. It looks like a rook in chess. Here's a Fibonacci sequence. He took it from the January 2021, basically level here to about, I guess the tip here throughout February, and the bottom throughout February as well. And here's the extension levels, which we're noticing. There's one ping at the 2.236, one ping at the 2618, actually multiple pings right there. He's basically explaining here how these Fibonacci levels are so important and why we're touching them all the time. Fibonacci, if you're wondering about this, these are just mathematical calculations regarding the price. And I'm not going to say that this is really that important, but then again, it's a little bit of a questionable thing. Somebody says, hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto live stream. Why are you laughing? He says I'm laughing my ass off, but why? So the reason I'm saying this is not necessarily so important, or not necessarily something you really have to worry about in a different sense you might, is because this is not a proven science, but then again, a lot of people use this to determine whether or not they should buy or sell. A lot of people use this. Even I use this all the time. And that is also I guess another reason why the majority of people like to talk about this or like to put Fibonacci's in, because other people use them and they just come to the same conclusions basically. But it's never been proven that these are actually important levels for the price unless we all kind of together agree that we should watch them. It's a little bit different than some other parts. Now, impulse, a surge that creates ripples, which is basically, again, you see it right here. Let's quickly read what it says and then we'll go over it. Impulse, a surge that creates ripples like a pebble into water. Each of the ripples has precise bounds defined by the golden ratio. Price will often ricochet, creating a ping that one can almost hear. The 2.618 is a special ratio of 1.618 times 1.618 as the golden ratio squared. It is like a rook in chess, strong, steadfast, and dangerous at a distance. If a wave is to be sustainable, then it must have a very strong 2.618 core. So the 2.618 here is at about 51.4 thousand for Bitcoin, which on this specific chart is basically the point where we touched twice, and he's saying some loud pings. So he got the impulse right here. You see a literal impulse, and then a couple of pings throughout this area. He's just saying these are pings, then he calls this ripples. Okay, this is an interesting analysis here. I don't actually like this guy. I don't like this guy too much because he has a really interesting style of writing this, like a book. Okay, it's actually a fuller analysis on the Fibonacci retracements. Okay, so again, if you're into this type of style, hey, this might be a guy to check out. He has a full freaking book written on this throughout the years, man. Just different chapters of his Fibonacci. That's pretty cool to see. Somebody says good volume coming in for XRP right now. We actually can open that up really quickly to see. Let's go to an XRP minute chart, actually. Okay, so your volume, sir, is definitely not high at all. You can see here at the bottom right, that's the volume for this hour. It's really weak, to be completely honest. It is very weak. On a daily time frame, it is okay. But it's a lot of selling pressure, obviously, as the day was definitely quite negative. Then again, on a 4-hour, let's quickly see here how it's looking. No. There's not a lot of volume. So who said that? That's not really true. Maybe we're breaking out a little bit. That's what you guys are noticing or showing me this, or what's happening? I mean, we're going up. We're not really breaking out too much just quite yet. It's not a big surge of any sort. We're basically getting a little top in here once more for the, I don't know, 50th time here in a little while. This is a really important area, I guess. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really lingering around this 1.14. Really often touch it from that point. Yay, we hit 300 likes. Yay, that's pretty cool. But somebody says, but I'm all for regulation because the crypto will be more stable. That is not completely true. With crypto regulation, there's two sides to that one, right? And the good side is, well, okay, the majority of these guys will now be able to enter. However, I already have a video set here why a lot of institutional investors can already enter XRP if they want to. Specifically, every investor that's not from the US can already enter XRP if they want to, right? Because it's only in the United States that we're having some issues. But if you keep that in the back of your head, they're not really doing it just quite yet, because I think there's just some type of not ignorance, but kind of scaredy cat mentality, where you don't want to be the first guy to adopt something, and you're also just kind of afraid of some newer technology. You're afraid to buy into it because, you know, it's something new, right? It takes time. So regulations could be good from that perspective, that it just gives some legitimacy. Specifically in the United States, a lot of companies will then have the access to. But in Europe, there's already kind of some clarity in some countries. Still, the massive adoption is not just there quite yet. So then, of course, you got to weigh off the negative side. And the negative side is that if there's regulations, they're most likely going to be bad at the start. 9 out of 10 times at least, the regulations at the start of things are bad because they just want to regulate it as much as they can to be as safe as possible. But for the US, that's going to be one of the biggest mistakes they could ever make is if they go too crazy right now and regulate the freaking F out of it to make sure that they're safe. That's going to literally halt the entire crypto process within their country if they were to go for some plan like that. I would literally almost cry if the US comes up with some crazy, stupid-ass regulations. And I'm even afraid of Gary Gensler, because that guy is, even though he's quite good for crypto, generally speaking, you know, he's looking quite juicy for it. He might actually be a guy who wants to really innovate on blockchain specifically, but cryptocurrencies the way we have them right now, that you just might want to outlaw them because a lot of them he finds securities. We don't know. And we don't know what type of food he's going to be fed, in the sense that we don't know what his puppet ass is to do. I just personally think that the regulations are more bad than good. Really. So whenever you see regulations for crypto coming in, be afraid a little bit. All right? Don't think it's just amazing all of a sudden. At least I wouldn't personally be too happy with them. Let's put it like that. Are we bouncing again, guys, for the freaking 9th time in a little while here? At about $1.14 on the XRP chart here. Let's see if this is going to be the first breach in a little while, huh? It hasn't been breached since 1 p.m., like 12 hours ago. All right, let's quickly see what else we had here. We had some different analysis on Bitcoin. You want to check out Bitcoin for the bigger picture, or you want to see XRP, guys? What should we look at? Should we look at some XRP or ideas or Bitcoin? I would say Bitcoin is really bigger picture and most likely more professional analysis. XRP is just, I guess, specific. So we know, we're going to see what some of these guys are thinking about the XRP price specifically. Dusty, I send me a bottle of absinthe. You're going to drink that? Be careful, brother. Okay, the majority of you guys are saying XRP. Okay, so we should skip the Bitcoin. Man, you know how long it took me to look at the most fun Bitcoin analyses? It took me a little good while here to set them all up for you guys. I'll just quickly show them, and then we're going to move over into XRP. Here's one. Here's one. Here was one. And our last one was here. But I guess you guys want freaking XRP, all right? Why didn't you tell me that from the start? It could have been a lot easier. Okay, let's type in XRP to USD over on TradingView here, for example. Let's quickly take a little bit of a look at what we're finding just straight at the bat. Just, again, to kind of envelop ourselves and quickly seeing what's going on. But yeah, once more, guys, Bitcoin does control XRP for right now. There's some hints this morning, for example, that it might not last for too long. But in the end, you guys all know it as well, right? We're not bearish on anything. We're not bearish on Bitcoin. No. If you're really a crypto enthusiast, you're definitely bullish on Bitcoin because you know it's just the bigger picture of things. It's just a majority. BNB, a true centralized token, lol, the irony of it. Yes, it is pretty funny, but BNB is indeed very centralized. I can explain that to you guys if you want. Look at that. Hey. Okay, we got a beautiful one. Hopefully I'm not going to get... Oh, okay, it's a little bit more botched now that I'm seeing it close by. Bitcoin says to XRP, one day you will rule the land known as crypto. That is beautiful, guys. That is so beautiful. Look at that, everybody. Wow. That is nice to see. That brings tears to my eyes. The truth hurts to some people, huh? So, as you might have seen in several of the last posts, I've been focused on the connections between cross pairs and instruments. My main trading is mostly FX, but with a lot of interest in the crypto space, I've been adding some content on this and running commentary on the Bitcoin drops recently. It's amazing to see professional money enter the market, but what most people don't understand is that it's not pro money in is price up. There's a lot more to it. So firstly, go and check out the last couple of crypto posts. The second point is there's something interesting here. Now, think if we can see it, who is going to be attracted to this point? Then, of course, we have the 50K round number, all retail games off the mind. I've been asked several times recently about the correlation of other coins. Quite frankly, Bitcoin is only now becoming institutionalized. I can't pronounce this word properly. Ethereum will come, but it's not there 100% yet. Neither is Bitcoin yet. But look at what happens with the chart overlay of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ooh. So he's basically stating here that Bitcoin and Ethereum are following along quite nicely. Kind of like how we were comparing XRP and Doge just earlier. Then somebody says screen out of focus. You know that there's no, I don't have a camera in my hand where I'm just, where I'm filming my screen or anything like that. It can't be out of focus. Somebody says out of focus. I love that. It could be your internet. It could be my MacBook sometime taking a little poop. Then on the strength indicator, we can see the slight... Okay, but this is not really interesting. Slight blip on Ethereum, but not XP or Bitcoin. You need to keep in mind that there is a lot of hype in the market, so a blip here and there is to be expected. The daily quadratics show we are still in negative territory on daily, and the rise in ATR would also suggest a gain in momentum. COT data or COT data tonight will paint another clearer picture of the next week's bias, and then we look out to the weekly. We are in positive in terms of bias. Look at the Elliott post. I don't like that. Showing this as a weekly pullback and not on overall down move. Okay. So his point is basically like we expressed before as well, right? Following Elliott wave, what it basically says is that what we've witnessed right now is basically an A, B, C. That's kind of the start of things. Basically a wave like that, where we're dipping down. We did that, came back up, and corrected down lower. That is his idea because we're seeing a small correction, but a good enough a correction to come out from here. Bogart says, but it is out of focus. Yeah, it might just be either, it could be either internet, which could be your side, or it could just be my MacBook not doing it properly. But it's not out of focus, I guess. It just might be, a lower resolution or whatever. But man, yeah, it might be your internet. I'm not sure though. Again, I can't say on that one. What are you guys freaking talking about? Becoming a mail hooker? How do you think I packed my bags? Damn. Why altcoins always follow Bitcoin price? Looks so stupid and dumb. Well, consider for yourself that Bitcoin is freaking half of the entire market. I mean, logically, if you're thinking, for example, well, if I'm gonna put it like this, right? A very good example is if Apple, Facebook, Google, and a couple, I don't know, pick some other ones, Samsung and all of those went down on the same day. Don't you think the market, and pick a couple other ones, maybe like Uber, Spotify, you pick some freaking big companies, half of the entire market of the world of stocks, all go down on the same day. Don't you think all those smaller caps are also going to fall to the freaking ground? Of course they will. You might say, oh, but you can pick a perfectly correlated portfolios, blah, blah, blah. Ain't going to work. If the freaking 50% of the entire market goes down, specifically, the biggest companies out there, the top 50% of the companies in terms of market cap go down. Again, of course, resulting in 50% of the total market cap. Of course, the entire market is going to crash. And that exactly is happening with Bitcoin too. It just follows along with the pattern. And some altcoins will perform a little bit better than Bitcoin. Some will perform a little bit worse. But it's half of the entire world. It's half of the entire space. So that's going to be there until this until this dominance goes down, which we are expecting to go down piece by piece as altcoin season kicks in. And the lower that Bitcoin's dominance is, the lowest I think was ever like 33% or so. The lower that is, and the higher altcoins are, the more they can move on their own, and the more, for example, an XRP utility run could happen. And by the way, guys, please do not put your XRP amounts in the chat box. It is very stupid to do because some people might be watching you. Right? And they might want to steal from you eventually because right now maybe 10,000 XP is not a lot to you. I'm not sure. But eventually there might be so much money that somebody's going to really try to find out every single piece of information about you. Even if you only post 500 XRP, somebody might come for you. Be very careful with that type of stuff. Be very careful. XRP actually went above there, by the way, guys. XRP did break out from our, I guess, local high throughout the day, our intraday high. We actually broke out from there. Is that really bullish? Oh, we'll see, guys. We'll see. How do you think about the World Economic Forum putting Ripple in their agenda? So the WEF and Ripple have actually for a longer time had a kind of a positive bond, right? It's not like they're banned. It's not like they're not able to show some stuff over there. It is mostly because I believe Ripple has proper tech. And even though they might have a lawsuit right now going on with the SEC, that is not because Ripple's practices in general are actually fraudulent. It is about XRP specifically, the crypto, and that they sold an unregistered security. They know, and everybody knows, that what Ripple's doing is some groundbreaking stuff. And so at the World Economic Forum, it's logical that they either get a little bit of a spot to talk about the technology or something like that, because Swift has to be replaced. And then again, from another perspective, Ripple has hinted and Ripple has said multiple times that they have already been working and already been talking with some central banks. It is not crazy that they pop up in some of these areas, and they will definitely keep popping up here throughout these years. And also, maybe I'm not going to say, maybe there's some connections that we're missing, that they're really there in the back end that we're not knowing of. Could also be. Somebody says, Chinese billionaires cashing out, that's why market is down, bro. It's so easy to see this. Partially yes, partially no, because we checked before. I'm going to pick it up for you guys again. Exchange. Let me show this to you guys. All right, give me a second here. Okay, I have to log in. All right, so I'm not going to show it to you guys actually then, but in the back end, I can just tell you guys what it says right here. Right, I would have to log in, but I forgot the freaking login info. I should have just pressed stay login, right? Because I just made an account. It took me 5 seconds, but whatever. What it says, if you just sign in, you'll see the exchange reserves are just going down throughout the months, and the exchange net flow is also going basically down. And the two things basically mean the amount of money which is kept on exchanges is going down in terms of Bitcoin, and the exchange net flow, which basically means the amount of Bitcoin coming into exchanges, is also not going up. It's basically going down. That basically means there's more money flowing out of exchanges than coming in terms of Bitcoin. Yeah, that is, again, think about that. Isn't that really kind of contradictory then? That the price keeps going down then, while people are not really putting their Bitcoin up there, they're not really willing to sell it. So that basically means with the money that's already there, they're doing some shady stuff. And that points more and more towards manipulation. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're wondering, because a lot of people ask me, what am I using in terms of storage? I have a little bit of a hybrid mix, but I do for a good part use the Ledger Nano because I do think it is worth the investment. It is $60 for the cheapest one or 60 euros for the cheapest one. And, I'm always saying, if you, for example, have $1,000, rather spend 60 to eventually get that 940 now to, for example, 940,000, rather than, for example, not spending the 60 now where you have 1,000 and basically keeping $0 in the end, right? Because you've lost your money or you got hacked in some way, shape, or form. That's my philosophy to it, where you might just want to spend a little bit of money to be safe. But then again, that's just my idea. If you have a better way or you think you're safe, it might not be worth it. Right? It's just once you really start to get into having a lot of money, it might be worth it. Just think about that. Always, again, it's a personal type of thing. By the way, guys, there's freaking 1,300 people watching. And in total, at least 14,000 people have pressed this stream on. If you haven't pressed the like button yet, make sure you help out the channel. Let's get to at least 500 likes. We can do that instantly if you guys just press the like button right now. Where am I from? The chat knows. The chat knows. You should ask the chat. They definitely know. We've talked about that so often on the channel now. It's really funny, though, that a lot of people don't get it from the accent. Because if I go talk like this, you definitely know pretty quickly, I think, where I'm coming from. XRP breaking out a little bit. It's pretty funny that every time we go stream as well, that things do properly, huh? So, exactly 1 hour ago, we started streaming. Right now, it is 1:43, so we started at 12:43. We're up already. Let's quickly see here. 3.4%. Maybe it's just the freaking system, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's like every time we start streaming, people just get so freaking hyped up about XRP that they start to buy in like crazy. Like freaking, I don't know. You sound Russian? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another crypto video. Today we're going to be talking about XRP and Bitcoin. Yes. Maybe I should just do it once. I just like my Russian brother. I'll talk about it like that. Dusty, why you banned me from Discord? I have no idea. I don't think I banned you. It's most likely somebody else, but maybe. Just ask W Flows. If you're not in the Discord, by the way, go check it out. Link is down below. It's basically where 12,000, you guys are amazing, 12,000 people have joined together just to chat about XRP and other stuff. Just any crypto is allowed, but, it's called XRP a little bit. But you can just join in there. It's pretty fun. So just go check that out if you want to. If you want a place to just chill with people, I'm very often in the voice chat as well. But yeah, I can't speak Dutch, indeed. I can't speak Dutch. Welcome. Bro. What happened in Turkey? I actually made a specific video talking about the Turkey exchange situation. Somebody says, bro, Singapore charts. What's going on there? Your Russian is so good it sounds sketchy? Maybe, man. Somebody says, Dusty, would like to see a full live episode with your Russian dialect. I think a lot of people would unsubscribe pretty quickly, but that would be pretty funny, right? So what we're seeing right now on the XRP chart is the price dipped to about 91 cents on the bit stamp. Right now we are expecting a little bit of a retracement towards the upside before another correction is going to be coming. Yeah. No, it would also be very difficult because I'd have to think about how you sound most Russian-y. All right. Somebody says you got 100K now. You can spare a few. No, man. I love every single person individually. All right. When phase reveal? I'm not sure, man, about that type of stuff. Hey, we're pumping up though, boys. We're doing good. Finally getting back to these levels. Everything is looking good right now. Let's just wait for something to just happen and mess everything up again, huh? Every time we stream, we get excited. Things are looking good. We start to pump because that's kind of a common theme here. And then once you start to get very excited, yeah, things hit the fan again. Things start to go bad. That's also why you should never get overconfident. Hey guys, let's quickly see where you guys are watching from. Right now for me it's about 1:46 a.m. Let's quickly see in the chat box. Where you guys all seeing from? Supribanbanergy says, "Sir, I am from India and an XP fan like you." Welcome to the chat, man. Crypto Novice Kim says, why do you need to hear something new to press like? Dusty put so much work into showing us up to date. Oh, it's already gone. Oh, thank you, man. Stop being cheap. I don't know exactly what that means. Your videos on the Turkey exchange made me buy the Ledger Nano. Yeah, man, it's something you should think about. I didn't even emphasize that in the video just quite yet, but I should have indeed. It is not safe to keep all your money in exchanges. You can definitely put some on there, but be careful with that type of stuff. Roma's watched from the 305 Miami. Toronto, Canada, New Zealand, Poland. You guys are all amazing, man. All of the freaking world. Look at this community, man. We're not gonna sing today. No, it's freaking 2 a.m. Not singing. Normally we do this like I don't know, like 8 p.m. or something like that. I might have to also put like a certain specific time frame where I go live, so it's kind of consistent every day. Right now we just kind of, whenever I feel like it, just start, right? And people come in and zoom out again every minute. But maybe I should just have a certain specific time frame where I'll just go live stream, so you guys also know exactly when it is. That might be a little bit smarter to do. Somebody says this has to be one of the most international chats ever. It is pretty interesting how diversified everything is here. People all over the world, huh? It's also really amazing to see who you're chatting with here. Just people all over. People will continue to buy Bitcoin until it's sold out, so it's going to the moon one day, in my opinion. That is actually what the stock to flow motto is partially about. Basically, the scarcity effect. I would say as long as... How can we say that? No, actually, no. Just crypto. I don't even know a condition there. I don't even know one scenario. I couldn't think of one where crypto is not going to make it to the end. Where crypto is not going to make it far. Where crypto is going to go down. Because I wanted to say the only kind of condition I guess I could kind of think about is if they get really freaking regulated to the end. But that is always a short-term hiccup. Because cryptocurrencies, for a good part, have been made against the regulation, against the normal money, against the traditional system. So whatever regulations you bestow upon them, it's a short-term downfall. You can never destroy it completely, and it will rise again, and it will most likely rise harder because of this downwards pressure that they've put on top of it. Knowing that and thinking about that, there's literally the only thing you should be worried about is a short-term kind of rodeo ride, right? Rodeo ride, where you're not exactly sure when it's going to pump or dump necessarily. But yeah. Just thinking with myself here. So this actually revolves around the halvings as well. When exactly is the next halving again for Bitcoin? It's actually at the top there. Wow, whatever. It's not exactly in this chart anymore. You can see it in another one, but we don't have it open anymore either. Oh, it's somewhere in here. We'll most likely be able to see it exactly. All right. XP still zooting. We're coming back down a little bit again. Now coming back upwards. VChain, by the way, still, as you guys most likely know, extremely bullish on the majority of these things. Is just a little bit of a short-term thing, right? Oh yeah, by the way, some people have asked me, is it stupid that I bought XRP? Now, I've answered this in videos before, but I'm going to quickly say one thing, guys. If you have to ask me if your purchase of a certain crypto is stupid, there's something very much wrong, not on my end, but on your end. If you're not sure if your purchase was smart, then why did you buy it in the first place? If your question is, okay, should I sell it now, for example, to buy it back cheaper? Or is cryptocurrency just done for? Well, then I can easily give you guys answers. Well, I mean, if you should buy cheaper, I would say, well, I mean, selling it right now is a difficult question, but you should definitely buy cheaper. If you have the chance, you have some extra money, buy cheaper, buy the freaking dips, of course. That's definitely something I keep doing every single day. If you're going to ask me, Dust, do you think crypto is over? I will tell you honestly, no, I don't think so. I think crypto's here to stay, and I just think crypto can have some temporary downfalls, but ultimately it's going towards the freaking moon. And moon is like a first landing even, because it's going to freaking I don't know where. So ask me a question. I can always give you guys kind of the same consistent type of rebuttal. It's like, you can't ask me if you should sell, because I can only give you the answer, well, do you think crypto will never go higher than it is right now? Or do you think you should sell right now to buy it back cheaper? If it's option number one, well then, right, of course you should sell. If you don't think crypto is going to go higher than this, sell it immediately and get out. And don't involve yourself with the space anymore if you don't believe in it. You shouldn't. And hey, we're really zooting right now for XRP. Let's see, our next target again is about right here, about $1.17.5. If you're just unsure and you want to, for example, sell it right now to buy back cheaper, I'm not your guy. If I knew that, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here if I knew that, because literally, if you know any of those things for certain, you'd be I'm gonna say no, I don't want to say billionaire because that's a little bit more difficult. Unless you're gonna be a $10 million plus individual within a couple of hours. If you know for certain that it's gonna dip at one point or another, because you're gonna be so rich so quickly. Trust me when I say that, guys. If you know for certain, because you don't though, you're never going to become as rich as quickly. It's going to take a little bit longer because you're never going to take as much risk as that. If you knew, for example, that it's going to dump literally at 8:30 specifically, 100% certain, you're going to go in, take a loan somewhere. I don't know where. You're going to take out a freaking hefty loan. Hefty, as much as you can. You're going to tell all your friends to just loan you some money with some freaking, 50% interest. You don't care, right? It doesn't really matter. You go towards a place like Bybit, which is the platform we're trading on, or maybe even Binance, where you might be able to do higher leverage. Just whatever, pick a place. You're going to go times 125 right on the moment where you expect something to happen, and you will see the amount of money you're going to make. It is so ridiculously much. Yeah, it's just, that is if you knew something certain. But since you don't, you, for example, put your leverage a lot lower, and you don't risk as much money. For example, whenever I trade, I actually don't like to put more than 1% of my entire, trade stash into one trade specifically. I trade with 1%, sometimes 3%. It depends a little bit. But I see some of these guys out here trading with freaking 90% of their entire portfolio. That's a risky thing. If I knew when dump comes, I would. If I knew when dump comes, I would shit my pants. I like that, man. Warren Buffett said something like, stocks is basically a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient, or something like that. Yes, he did say that. I think that's actually a literal quote, yes. Because it's also true if you start to think about it. It's the same thing for crypto, though. It's a transfer from people who are willing to do the time, the waiting game. Other way around. From people who are not willing to do the waiting game to people who are. Because if you think about it, the people who are trading crypto majorly, who are basically focusing on euros, or who are just buying and quickly selling because they don't have faith anymore, those are the guys who bought Bitcoin at $1, sold at $8. Or bought Bitcoin at $10, sold at $15. Bought Bitcoin at $30, sold at $100. Those are not the guys who bought, for example, $100 worth of crypto in 2009, 10, pick something, and are now, people with $60 million. No, those are guys who might have made, let's say $1 million, maybe $5 million throughout trading here throughout these years, but they weren't the hodlers who made a freaking huge amount. And that's, again, diamond motherfreaking hands, baby. If you could see my hands right now, you'd be blinded by the freaking shine on those. Flawless diamonds. That is exactly the freaking system. You know what, guys? Put in the chat box here, diamond. It's okay. Or hodl. Hodl. Put in the chat box, hodl. HODL. Put it in the chat box. Show some support for the freaking stream. Let's see you guys all unite here. Type hodl. Let's see you guys type it all in. And we're actually, let's quickly see here on my channel. Well, let me see. We're actually 22 subscribers away from hitting 102,000. If you aren't subscribed to the channel just quite yet, maybe you've forgotten, maybe you've unsubscribed by accident, make sure you quickly press that button right now, guys. Make sure you press the freaking button. Rafael says, screw that. You don't have to. Look at that, guys. So everybody who's chatting that right now in the box here, most likely also hodlers just like you and I, right? We're all in the same type of picture here, and that's also what makes it fun. We're all together watching this unfold. Yusuf says, I looking for a nice amount of XP. Should I wait for another dip, or is that not going to happen? Well, Yusuf, we don't know the future. What do you think yourself? Just to do a tutorial on Bybit, I will do a tutorial on Bybit. I will get that done. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day afterwards. I'm not quite sure. I'll get that done. Let's see. Hold on. I bought 11 XP coins. When would be a good time to sell? Those 6 months or 1 year? That's a very good question, Assad. I don't know when you should be selling your 11 XRP. That's definitely a difficult question. I'm so sorry. I like that though. Yusuf says, I heard probably a dip to as low as 70 cents. Yusuf, all I can say is, man, let's wait for it. Let's see, man. There's so much possible right now. I mean, right now we're coming back here. We're going to retest most likely about 51.6 for Bitcoin. Then again, who knows exactly what these big guys are thinking? It's all a game. It's all a test, like we just explained before. They're trying to make you sell your coins. We know the bigger picture. So if you're wondering, should I buy right now? I would personally think, man, it's better to just have some crypto rather than have nothing. But in the end, don't think I'm a guy who only holds XRP. Please understand, everybody who has my Patreon knows exactly that I don't just hold one crypto. That's never a smart thing to do. So if you're not involved with crypto at all, diversify properly. Buy a couple cryptos. It's always the smartest thing. Look at the market cap. XRP up 5 billion. I mean, XRP is zooming right now, doing pretty well. We are almost back at our earlier resistance point of today. Look at that. On the XRP to USD, we are almost back at it. We're getting really close. If we breach that, it doesn't actually say too much, but there's a higher probability of actually bouncing back from there. So let's wait it out. Let's quickly see. Let's see if we're going to struggle there again like we did at this little area and come back down. Or we're going to continue on. Bitcoin is still showing a lot of bullishness. So I would say, man, we might continue on with this run for a little while. It might really be the ABC, which we just witnessed right now. We're going to pick it back up from here. Let's see. All right. It's a couple of minutes that we're going to have to wait for this one, for it to unfold. But yeah, Fish and Chips Freddy says, please do your research. If you've done your research properly, now I'm going to say 100% certain, you don't have to ask me whether or not you should buy. If you have done your research, there's not a question you should ask me. Same thing for VeChain. VeChain has a proven use case. There's no question in my mind VeChain is going to be huge. However, it's already gone up quite a lot. So can it go down significantly in short term? Well, of course. And also, why don't you guys ask me if you should buy now? Well, you could have bought the freaking dip here, for example, the VeChain dip at 14 freaking cents. Right now, you're gonna ask me to buy at 20? That's difficult, man. If you're a longer term buyer, it doesn't really matter where exactly you buy. If you're a short term type of buyer, it's scarier, right? We're already up 30% or something like that throughout the day. If you're gonna buy right now, it's pretty dumb from that perspective, right? You missed it. Oh yeah, then either wait for the next one or accept the consequences. Even the Bearable Bull has diversified crypto. You are my 2 favorite. Man, again, I definitely think it's smart to have a lot of crypto in your portfolio. If you want mine, it's over on Patreon, as you guys most likely know. A link is down below from a Patreon. And yeah, again, XRP is not even my top hodl. It's just the coin I'm most excited about, I guess. That doesn't mean, again, you should be 100% into XRP. Please understand that. Please understand that. And in the end, guys, I'm not here to make one crypto look better than the other. They all have their own advantage. For example, Bitcoin's advantage, I would say, is that it's just the first to do a lot of things. Now, was the XRP ledger thought of a little bit earlier than Bitcoin? Well, potentially. But Bitcoin was created earlier. White paper was out earlier, a proper one. So we're going to basically call it that Bitcoin is the first to do it. Also most revolutionary, I guess. Ethereum, as of this point, is just the biggest platformer, just the most known and the most used and oldest in that sense. XRP is just the best payments token, hands down. BNB is just the Ethereum 2.0, but more centralized and a little bit faster because it is more centralized. That's kind of the way off. What else do we have here? Litecoin is pretty shit, pretty stupid. Doge, same thing. It's basically Litecoin copied, but then has a meme use case. So it's actually a little bit better than Litecoin, I would say. What else do we have, guys, in this little list? ADA. So basically, a lot of platforms like Ethereum, Binance, and Polkadot, which is again the same thing. Uniswap is another, it's a different sort of platform. It's actually kind of a token exchange over on Ethereum. Litecoin, as I just said, pretty stupid. Bitcoin Cash is a fork from Bitcoin, basically the exact same thing. But how would I say it? It's the same thing with different morals. Chainlink with the Oracle, VeChain with the supply chain, USDC just the USDT, copycat, but then by a different company. It's all basically the same thing. Epsilon, basically the same thing as XRP. Solana, I'm not too sure about exactly what the freak that one does. Theta, you guys told me, look it up. I did. It's about the whole streaming, sharing broadband and whatnot, the whole making streaming more efficient, making it better for people in underprivileged areas or with bad content delivery networks. There we go. I think that was it, right? Filecoin with, I guess, files, just basically the storage. Tron, another platformer like Cardano, Ethereum, all that type of stuff. It's just a platformer. Yeah, Monero's the privacy department. Man, there's always some good sides to any of these. Solana, I'm not exactly sure what Solana is all about. Some of these coins pop up really quickly here, and I haven't really done my due diligence, or I'm not really holding them. Let's quickly see. Trying to solve the scalability without having to sacrifice security. Or I actually do know what Solana is all about. Never mind. Okay, I just forgot the name about it then. No, because I've actually I've made a video on this before. Damn. Never mind. I just forgot the name. Okay, so XRP did get rejected as of this point around this area. Are we going to come through? Ooh, this is like watching a freaking worm crawl, man. That's what it feels like. If you're watching these things happen, they go really freaking slowly. Unless you are trading it over on a platform like Bybit, then this type of stuff goes so freaking fast. It's scary. If you watch the Bearable Bulls videos at 0.75% speed or sometimes speed, he sounds like Cleveland from Family with head trauma. Damn. Okay, so we have a scammer in the chat as well. Albert Owen is a scammer. What are you doing, man? By the way, guys, I made a post over on YouTube today because there are so many people who fall for scams. It is insane. Please be warned, basically, that there's a lot of scammers out there, and you should definitely just watch out for them, right? I will never tell you to text a number. Understand that. If there's somebody telling you, hey, thank you for watching this video, here's a number, that is an impersonator trying to act like me. It's not me. Same thing for any other YouTuber you'll find out there. They're not going to tell you to text a number. That's freaking dumb. All right. Somebody says, your thoughts on SafeMoon? Garbage. That's basically that. It might do good in terms of price. It still might pick up the pace at one point or another. I would say this Bitcoin downfall here, this dump, actually did prove to a lot of these altcoins, shitcoins specifically, that it's not forever. By the way, the hourly just closed for Bitcoin, quite green, really bullish to see. However, we are really starting this hour off again with a really thick negative right now. As you can see, we basically are falling down hard on the Bitcoin chart here on the hourly. XRP is also falling along, potentially because it's following Bitcoin, potentially because it hit, again, like we just said, and is now correcting again a little bit, coming back down. These types of areas, for example, are ones you can trade with higher probability of winning. So if we were on Bybit right now, which we're not, but if we were, these types of places is what I, for example, would trade at, or for example, open a short and hope for example, a 0.5, maybe 1% freaking profit, something like that. And 1% again is times 20. You guys understand it, right? So I'd basically maybe attempt that because the probability of winning is higher than breaking through. Slap it. So yeah, my sleeping schedule is freaking messed up. Somebody said that. Yes, it is. Sleep schedule? What is that? Dusty knows no sleep. Man, I sleep at 6 a.m., freaking 4, 7, 3. It's all over the place, man. I don't know. Every time I see some content, every time one of these alerts for the prize wakes me up, just have to provide. By the way, we're getting a kind of a interesting thing going on here, I guess, on the Bitcoin chart as we're itching closer towards touching the 50 MA, but also touching one of our earlier resistances. It's interesting to be watching that one. Yeah, I can definitely say crypto messed up my sleep schedule. V-Stone says, hi Dusty, GSX on the Apollo blockchain claims to be faster than XRP, plus the GSX coin is backed by gold. I'm not sure about that, to be completely honest with you. Not quite sure about that, to be honest. Sin City says, okay guys, let's vote. Should Sin City become a moderator? Yes or no? Let's vote, chat. He says, throw me a moderator. I'll handle the scammers. Do we trust Sin City? I think I trust him. What do you guys think? Yes or no? Sin City for mod or Sin City not for mod? Have you ever heard of PancakeSwap? Yes. It's the most popular exchange right now over on Binance Smart Chain. You guys are freaking awful. Only one person said yes. Oh, damn. Okay, no, two. Monkey Child also said yes. I like that. Hey, Imran, coming back into the chat. Ashra says his greeting. Ashat sends his greetings. I like that, man. Welcome back, Imran. Damn. All right, man. You're hated. The people don't want you to become a moderator. Damn. Sin City. Man, they're roasting you, bro. Professor N is being honest. He says I don't know him. Some people said here, wink. Man, to be honest, there's so many people here talking about the freaking win and wink. What does it actually do, the wink wink thing? I really don't know. I just thought, like, hey, it's just kind of a promotional scheme. You know, some of these guys just got paid to talk about it. That's what I thought. But I see so many of you guys talking about it that maybe it's a little bit more relevant than I did expect. Wink crypto. I'm just tapping it on my phone here. Let me quickly see what wink is. So it's on CoinMarketCap. Okay, let me quickly see here. Let's see what it writes. It doesn't say anything. Wink is a gaming platform for users to play, socialize, and stake across multiple blockchain ecosystems that leverage the Win token as a native digital asset within the platform. Through behavioral mining, innovative token economy design, and other incentive mechanisms, Wink aims to build an ecosystem that provides a high-quality decentralized gaming experience to enable developers to build dApps that drive genuine adoption and engages users to participate and contribute as active stakeholders in the platform. Okay. Win is a TRC20 token. Ooh, there's a big alert right there. I don't really like that too much. But it's doing pretty well, I guess. Damn. Maybe I should pick some up. Oh, it's already pumped like crazy. Damn. What position is Wink? 128. Okay. Nah. I mean, is it really that solid? No. It's pretty stupid in essence. But then again, stuff like that might work out at one point or another, right? Sometimes it just does well. So, whatever. Somebody says, hi, Dusty. Where can I move my profits to avoid capital gains tax and earn passive income? Thanks. Are you asking me how to evade taxes? I do not know that, man. Don't ask me. What should I tell you? Man, I guess one thing you might have to look into is how the IRAs and the things of that kind of nature work in the US. That might be your best bet. If you're gonna go for some retirement plan, they sometimes have some really nice tax benefits where you don't have to pay tax on capital gains. So you should check that out, I guess. You're not going to get passive income with that then, though. But the passive income is mostly staking related. Sin City says tough crowd. Yeah, man. They don't Sorry, man. I just find it really funny. They didn't want to have you. I must admit, it's pretty funny. Thank you for the $10, Sin City. You're a big supporter, huh? You keep coming back with the donos. I think it's pretty funny though. We did come back down exactly, huh? It's interesting. Okay, so let's again think here. What do you guys think? I don't even know here. Do you guys think that we actually fell down on XRP here because we hit our level, or is it because Bitcoin decided to fall back down exactly at around that time too? Let's actually go zoom in a little bit more on the Bitcoin chart. No, let's even zoom in further. Let's see this by minute here. I think this is interesting. So Bitcoin fell down exactly 201. So the moment the hourly closed, Bitcoin started to fall. XRP fell down. Let's first bet here. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Bitcoin caused XRP to fall down, or it's just kind of a luck type of thing. What do you guys think about this one? Because it's pretty interesting here. Look at this. So 1 past 2, Bitcoin decided to fall. XRP decided to fall exactly 1 past 2 as well. That's really funny though, if you start to look at this then. Like, literally hit the top, and exactly at that time, Bitcoin started to fall too. Sometimes things are too coincidental, man. I mean that's interesting. Jordan the Brian says, thanks for the robotic responses to comments, Dusty. Yeah, once more, guys, let me quickly say here, it is not me who is doing that, all right? It is not me. And let's quickly say that once more. It is not me in the comment section who is sending those numbers. It is not me. Space Invader says, be nice to Sin, or he's going to cry and block you on Copcast. I don't know exactly what that is supposed to mean, but you're right. It should be nicer to Sin City. Otherwise, he's going to, I guess, maybe. He has Sin City in his name. I should be a little bit more careful with him, I guess. Yeah, you're right. Do most cryptos follow Bitcoin Epsilon flows? Yes. Every crypto follows. I'm not going to say everyone. The majority of them, yes. Maybe eventually some guys are going to come out with some like inverse correlated Bitcoin, where it's like it just exactly goes the opposite way of where Bitcoin is going. I don't think I would really buy that coin, to be honest, but it's something that's interesting to kind of consider, think about. XRP is about to explode. Let's wait and see, guys. Let's not draw conclusions too hastily just quite yet. We're not in the clear, all right? We're not in the clear for Bitcoin. We're not in the clear for anything just quite yet. So let's not go partying when we're still waiting for conclusions to be drawn. Mike says there was several cryptos that had the same dip last week, and pretty suspicious it is. But then again, that does kind of show to me once more the manipulation that we're witnessing all the time here. This is too freaking textbook, right? 1 past 2. Bitcoin all of a sudden, exactly when the hourly is closed. Maybe it's because we didn't close high enough. Right now we're falling back down. But then again, why did exactly XRP come to exactly the same top just before falling back down exactly once Bitcoin starts to fall down? This type of stuff sometimes is really quite suspicious. I don't know how else to put it. It's just suspicious. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're watching right now, there's still freaking 1,100 people watching. If you haven't pressed the like button yet, make sure you do that. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel yet, we need 7 more subscribers to get to 102,000. So make sure you press the subscribe button quickly, and then we're instantly at 102,000. That was my goal for today, to be completely honest. I didn't think we would hit it, but it was kind of my goal. You guys like Sin City? Let's make him a mod. Sin City, say something. We have to make you a mod. People like you. Some people are vouching for you right now. Now let's quickly see. Hey, what's your favorite crypto if you could only pick one? When's the next lawsuit update? Jade, I would recommend you to just watch my video from yesterday talking about all specific dates here for XRP in the near future. I have a full video of all the dates. So just, oh, you saw the video already but forgot the dates? Just watch it, man. Or just write it down. Man, there's so much happening. Lol, we still need 3 subscribers. How is this? How is this possible? I thought you guys were pressing the freaking sub button. We still need 3. See, Dusty, you're waking up. I mean, it's interesting to see all of this happen. XRP is dead. I like that. Yes, very much. SimCity is alright. Toss him a wrench. Okay. Let's see. If he says something, alright, he says XRP. You know what? SimCity deserves it. Add moderator. Alright, SimCity. You've been added to our list of trusted employees that work for a minimum wage, which is 0. All right, so too many paper hands is what Wrench says. That's ironic that the name is Wrench. Also, honestly, in my opinion, Bitcoin would be in a much better place if there was not so many people leveraging long on it. Wouldn't you say the opposite, though? I mean, if people are going long, they're basically buying the crypto but with leverage. Isn't that a really positive thing, then? You mean, yeah, I see it from both sides of what you're saying right there. So I guess it's a 50-50, right? The longs are definitely a longer term killer because the more longs you have, the more people are trying to take that out, take that money, of course, and steal the money basically. On a different sense, the more longs you have, the more you notice people are bullish. What you're saying though with the paper hands thing is very much true. If the people who are going long have paper hands, then what happens is as soon as their position goes a little bit bad, they just either exit or they are too afraid to, for example, add margin or stuff like that. And that is also what might cause bigger dumps, right? In a different sense, it might also be that those guys are also stupid and buy at stupid times, which might cause further declines. Sin City says, thanks, Dusty, with another $10. This guy is insane. Are we buying now or selling? So logic, I would say, would basically, in this case here, suggest, well, in a very short term here, very short term, this is a 1 minute chart, we're in a little bit of an uptrend, retest maybe going higher, I don't know. Let's see if we zoom out a little bit for XRP, for example, a 30-minute chart. I think we also had the bull trend in here as well. I drew it on Bybit earlier, but I tried to close Bybit because it's not good for the computer. This is basically what we drew over on Bybit. This is basically what is happening. Maybe retest here and then bounce back upwards. Ever since we hit this dip earlier today, things are looking positive, but this is all intraday. This does not show the freaking future of everything because Bitcoin also is going positive right now. You can clearly see that. We're basically trending up high and quick. The question is, when are we going to fall down lower and where are we going to go then next? Yeah, that is difficult to say. I guess maybe if we've made our tip right here. I messed up a little bit. Let's put it here. If we made a tip right here for Bitcoin earlier today. Right now we're coming back to the 0.786 Fibonacci level. Like right now, that's again what we're retesting here. Let's see. Are we going to break down through to the 0.618, for example, and break through our kind of upwards sloping trend line or a bullish trend line, which we've noticed since earlier this morning? Anything could happen, really, guys. Let's see this hour unfold. Let's see it happen. It's all a short-term type of game that we're watching right now for Bitcoin specifically. RSI did bottom out here, but there's no divergence here. They're both upwards sloping right now. I guess same thing is happening for XP on almost any time frame, right? It's just making upward moves right now, and we're just waiting for when it's going to turn around. However, let's also put in the Fibonacci on that one then to just quickly. Ooh, wait, I messed up. No, let's do it the other way around. Can I do? There we go. Okay, let's put in the Fibonacci. Right there to there. For XRP, the interesting levels are, of course, not as clear, most likely. Let's quickly check out the 0.786 has already been breached very much so. We bounced at 0.5 at about $1.04 for XRP. We bounced again at the 0.786 here. Clearly two bounces at about $1.12. And right now we're going back to the 1 basically, right? Which is about $1.175. Nothing too interesting going on just quite yet. Dusty, did you sign the petition? Which one? The petition of dropping the lawsuit? No, I did not. Why? Well, because I think a drop in the lawsuit would be pretty dumb. If he had changed that to say, let's not drop the lawsuit, but let us get proper regulations for crypto, or let's get a proper trial for XRP, something along those lines, I would be very much a fan, right? But I mean, Ripple has already been granted by the judge the rights to get all the information regarding Jay Clayton and his involvement with One River Asset Management. So if you kind of see from that perspective, we're already getting more than we bargained for. So what do we really want in that sense? There's not really that much that we want. We don't want the case to be oh, this chart is so freaking ugly, guys. I have to clean this up. That is what you get when you're doing live streams almost every single day. I never get the chance to clean this up again because every day I wake up, we do everything here, and we go we end these streams at like middle of the night. Yeah, man, it's interesting. Somebody says daily. All right, let's actually see the XRP daily. And also, let's see here. Let's watch Bitcoin actually to see if it's going to bounce here or not. Okay, let's see here. Daily chart for XRP. Whatever, man. It looks like we just made a little bit of a correction right now, picking back up the pace. We should have had the Doge chart here as well to kind of feel that and see that. How it's moving along. Let's go over to a weekly perspective. Okay, so on the weekly, it's basically the Doge chart, right, replicated. And a monthly, let's quickly check that out as well. Yeah, as I just thought, right? On a monthly perspective, we're still up about 100%. Because I believe we started out at about 50 something. Yes, we did. We started the month out at about 55 or so cents. Right now we are at above $1. So it's really not doing that bad. It's just doing really well. It's just all a matter of perspective, I guess, huh? If we look at it from the perspective of, ooh, it's lower than last week, yeah, you're definitely right. But ooh, it's really quite a lot higher than any point it's been for the last couple of months or really long time, years even. Wrench says, I guess I'm an old school. I just hold, no leverage, hold works. In fact, I bet there's a very few cases where leverage traders have made more than the big holders. No, definitely not. I have definitely made a lot of money with leverage trading, and I definitely think it is worth it, but that is because I do it coin margined, and I do think that is the kind of the golden ticket to my success in that sense. I don't like the leverage trading with USDT because I don't like having a USDT stash. A lot of money is in USDT because it's basically a safe type of system. So I do sometimes trade it. But the majority of my goal is to just get more crypto coins. And if you're selling your coins to trade them with the USDT, then the effect I've just explained is that you, at one point or another, are going to miss one astronomical rise. And that is something I cannot afford to have. Oh, guys, we need one more subscriber to get to 102,000. Let's see it pop over. One more person needs to subscribe, and then we're there. But sometimes it glitches a little bit, I guess, when people press it. Because right now we just needed 3, now we need 1 more. Leverage trading, you should just see it this way. You can trade, if you have $100, right? You could just trade let's say you had $100. You could just buy, for example, if XP were to be at $1, in this case, let's see it like this. You could buy, for example, about 80 XRP. So if the price goes up, you're betting the price goes up, right? You're making money with your 80 XRP position. So if the dollar price here goes times 2, you've made, again, twice your money on 80 XRP. The price goes down. Once more, you bet that the price is going to go down. You basically have made the money on that with, again, regards to 80 XRP. If you're leveraging it, you can, for example, make it so that you're not trading with 80, but you're doing, for example, leverage times 20, where you're not trading with 80, but you're trading with 1600, for example, because you put some leverage on that. The risk is, I guess, that you get stopped out, basically liquidated, because, well, if the price goes up 1%, you're basically making, if you're doing leverage times 20% as much, 20 times as much money. But if the price goes down, you're also losing 20 times as much, right? Just logic. Have you tried USDC? It's on Ethereum network. It's expensive to move. Didn't touch it for that reason. I do use it sometimes. USDC is also over on Stellar, so you can also use it that way if you want to. It might also be on Binance. Actually, I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me on that one. And USDT, you can do it on Ethereum and on Tron mostly. There might be some other ones you can use it on, but those are the primary ones. But I use mostly USDC on Ethereum. I disagree. There are no billionaire leverage traders. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. You know, I'm not quite sure there's billionaire leverage traders. We should say it differently. There's maybe no person who became a billionaire with leverage trading. That is definitely possible, but that is also from the perspective that they might have enough money where they don't need the leverage. Right? And again, we're right now, okay, let's actually say this one really quickly. There's a really big difference in regards to how you trade depending on how much money you have. So let's say you are a person with a net worth or let's say it like this, trading capital between $0 and $1 million, let's say like that. You're going to trade really differently than once you have, for example, 10 million. Why? Well, with 0 to 1 million, your main purpose is to acquire the wealth. So your main purpose is to get money to make more money. Once you've already got money, for example, $10 million, $5 million, pick something, right? Some, I guess for a hedge fund, a mediocre amount, for a normal individual, quite a large sum. Your perspective starts to change a little bit from, okay, how do I keep this money? How do I make sure I always have money? How do I make sure that it never really goes down to the ground or something like that? And that's a really big difference there. A really key difference is that you also start to trade differently. So the more money you have, the less you're going to kind of lean towards leverage trading, unless you really have a good strategy which just works, where you can always keep using that strategy. But again, the more money you have, the more kind of difficult it becomes to leverage trade as well. right? Because if you're going to do one position where you're already putting up $1 million times 100, you're doing $100 million positions, that's not going to happen, right? So you're going to have to do a lot of teeny weeny positions there, but it's a lot to manage, and people do it. And you can also actually think, again, leverage traders are also sometimes, these bigger hedge funds, they sometimes even leverage trade as well, but then in different markets, for example, but they can do it. But yeah, man, I'm going to make a video on Bybit. You guys have requested it like crazy. I didn't want to do it because I don't really like to put reviews on my channel, but I'm going to make one, all right? Do not worry about it. I'll make a complete video covering the freaking Bybit, so you guys stop asking me. It's not difficult, but I'll make a video on it, man. Do not worry. I got you, boys. And gals and everything. Crypto Comics says, wouldn't it be great to have a company that can suggest a tax and crash the market to buy it up, then cancel the idea via the media machine? It's almost like they lie. Man, live, you mean, maybe the company. To be honest, the whole tax Biden ordeal here is pretty stupid. Right now, by the way, we're seeing an engulfing candle here. This is usually bearish. However, even though we've seen it here too, might be a little bit less bearish, right? Because we've already witnessed it before. Then again, a bearish engulfing is what we're witnessing right now. A engulfing candle, literally from the name, is just engulfing the previous one. And the reason this is a little bit stronger, I guess, is because we've just made a top, and now we're seeing a bearish engulfing, usually a reversal pattern. So the downside. We are also really close to the 50 MA, which I just said we want to touch, but we have not hit that. Maybe shortly here, though. XRP losing cap. Well, XRP is following Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is going down. So 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 is always 2. I guess my system is kind of buggy. I thought we already hit 102,000, but we're not. We're still one away on my screen. Either nobody has pressed the subscribe button, which is possible, or it's just a little bit buggy. It could also be, man. I don't freaking know. But yeah, that's my thought process, man, for the whole journey here. A lot of you guys actually tune in every single freaking day and just hear the whole journey. You guys are freaking amazing. You guys are all soldiers to the end. Literally every single one of you I love. I would definitely kiss you in real life if I saw you, man. Just a little kiss to the freaking, I don't know, forehead or something like that. You know, a little token of appreciation. A little peck. Somebody says I unsubscribe. Man, if you think that's the best idea to do, you go for it, man. Norbert says, hello, my guy. Wanted to ask, what's your thoughts on Wincoin and what are they planning to do? So I haven't really updated myself with Wincoin too much. I don't think it's really the best thing in the world, but it's gone up tremendously. And I just read myself into what they actually do. And they're basically a Tron project with an Italian grandma type of thing, man. You guys are saying not that way. Hey, man. It was a joke. It's basically a gaming platform for users to play, socialize, and stake across multiple blockchain ecosystems that leverage the Win token. It's a gaming type of platform, man. But then again, I'm not sure if that's really going to pop off. A lot of these Tron type of projects are in the gaming niche, usually gambling type of stuff. But, I mean, a lot of the Tron stuff is, I don't know. It's not really my preferred type of thing. Let's put it like that. Dusty, check Crypto Bull's tweet. All right, we will take a little bit of a look at that. Let's quickly duplicate. And Crypto Bull, huh? Did you notify me? Let's see if you tagged me in it. No, you did not. No, you did not. Okay, let's type it in then. Crypto Bull. Let's see here. What is exact name? I don't know his freaking exact name. Bull. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see what he's written. If this happens, the price of XRP will skyrocket. Ripple open to destroying massive 50 billion XRP holdings, says CEO Brad Garlinghouse. So there's two sides to this story. This is really a dumbass article. Let's quickly put it up here. This is really a really dumb article. Why? Well, if 50 billion XRP were to be destroyed, where would the XRP use case be? If Ripple has no more leverage, no more power, leverage ironically, to build use case for XRP, that would be stupid. Ripple would also maybe not be operational anymore because they might not have any funds to basically support anything. So there'd basically be no use case anymore for XRP, except for XRP being a good coin in essence for payments. But the whole rails which they're trying to build is gone. XRP really isn't that exciting then anymore if there's no more rails of massive adoption. So if all that money is gone, it would be kind of stupid. And this has all been taken so much out of proportion. Brett Garlinghouse just said, if you or anybody has an idea on XRP, the XRP they have in holdings, well, they're open to it. It's not like they said, yeah, we'll destroy it maybe, huh? No, they just said we're open to the idea. We're open to any idea, not specifically destroying. That's just what people said themselves. Engulfing still, okay. Let's see, it's still within an hour though. Again, a lot might happen here. We still have 30 more minutes to go before this closes. Dusty, if they burn the escrow, it won't be ruled as security. That's BS. That's also, I don't know who told you that. That's not the case. One thing is that if Gary Gensler were to come in, he mostly has a kind of a bad side towards the XRP in escrow. But just because they take all that away doesn't mean they didn't sell an investment contract before. So that's, I don't know who told you that, but that's definitely not true. It can still be considered a security. It could, however, be better for the future because, well, to be honest, if there's going to be a partial settlement, is most likely already going to rule out any part of the future XRP, basically. So any escrow, any secondary markets, that will all be excluded anyway. If there's going to be a partial settlement or any settlement for that matter. But right, Coast, you're saying it would not be a security anymore if it's burned. That is not true, man. That's not true. It could be, but it's not a one-to-one type of thing. Yeah, we're picking back up again. No, we're not. No. I thought this was a 1 minute chart. I was like, hey, but no. We're not. No. Yeah, man. No, there's nothing really good to say about this. Ramon Weaver, keep it up. You got to pump it up. You got to pump it up. Thank you for the $5, man. With the keep it up, a little emoji. Pretty cool. Must watch. Here's where XP crashed. Somebody says, hi, this is Brad Garlinghouse. I'm not going to burn escrow. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, Brad, for just chilling here in our chat, in our YouTube live stream, just quickly letting us know. Do you sleep ever? Define sleep. What do you, I recharge every couple of hours, just quickly plugging myself into the wall and then, doing it like that. That's usually how I go about it. That's the way I roll. Yeah, man. Let's see here. Well, ladies and gents, you heard it here first from Brad Garlinghouse himself. Yes, man. Brad Garlinghouse was officially in our chat, boys. We got Brad Garlinghouse to tell us this. This is amazing. Dusty, check the 4-hour XRP chart. I made it a double top at 117. I mean, on a 1 minute chart, you can actually see this yourself as well, huh? I mean, just look at it now. You can see just it made one top here, second top. We were already saying just now that it was going to dip from there. But again, the freaking correlation here is so odd. How Bitcoin really dumped at 2 minutes past and XP dumped exactly around this level. But it might be coincidence. We really don't know. Brett Garlinghouse is here. Yeah, he just said he said he's Brett Garlinghouse, so yes. maybe he had exactly the same name, right? It could be, theoretically speaking. It's really coincidental. It's not like a John Martin where there's freaking 1,000 people with the same name. Yeah, what if XRP hitting this point actually hurts Bitcoin? What if? No, I don't think so. Okay, Raiko says, the SEC already stated in their lawsuit that the sales of XRP from exchanges to whoever were not securities. Sales, the entire thing is all about escrows. Escrow. right, Coach? I definitely think you should have to, really kind of reconsider your facts here for a little minute. The SEC has already stated in their lawsuit that the sales of XRP from exchange to whoever were not securities. That is not true either, I believe. I'm going to say I'm 85% sure that that's not true. Because if that's the case, then that would mean secondary sales are, by definition now, as to what you stated, not security transfers. But I think that's actually one of Ripple's points and one of John Deaton's points in their motion to intervene, to actually state that all the secondary transfers should not be considered securities. But in this sense, if that were to be the true, then all exchanges could relist it again. So that is, by once more, logic, not the case. Is Bitcoin set for all-time high still, or does altcoin season start when Bitcoin tops out? Well, we could actually, just in a fun way, I guess, just kind of go about that, right? We should quickly check here back in the past. Let's, for example, go to a one-day chart for Bitcoin. We can actually analyze that for ourselves. So let's quickly go back a little bit to 2017. Ooh, I was a little bit too far away. 2017, okay. So Bitcoin. Let's quickly see here. Bitcoin made its all-time high at about December 17th. December 17th is when Bitcoin made its all-time high. Okay. Let's quickly see then. If Bitcoin made it on December 17th, when did XRP make its all-time high? Well, let's quickly take a look, right? XRP made its all-time high on January 4th. January 5th, January 4th. 1 plus 1 was basically being, once more, Bitcoin went down in that little meantime, right? Or did it not? So whilst XRP was gaining here, Bitcoin went down. Yes, it did. Throughout the next couple of days, Bitcoin went down. Let's quickly see, though. Was Bitcoin up when this all happened? Let's see here. So at this point here, right here, is when XRP made its all-time high. Bitcoin had already come down from its top right then, though. About 25% from its top. And as kind of a bottom line, it went down about 43%. And that is all whilst XRP was then pumping to the motherfucking moon. So I don't know. You tell me. It's possible. Both things are possible, man. Naam Achternaam says, I had 30 different coins. It keeps each other break even, but let's quickly see. But now I invest my money in VeChain, Cardano, Polkadot, Binance Coin, and Ethereum. It is. So, okay. So no XRP, no Bitcoin. Wait until David Schwartz pops in. David Schwartz earlier this morning, actually at about 5 a.m. Let's quickly see here. 5 a.m. Oh, we can't zoom further. Really around here, actually put up a tweet saying that the prices were too low of crypto just in general. Like right around this time. Pretty funny, I think, huh? That he put that up. It's just, I think that's sometimes also interesting. Butcoin is become died. I don't know what that is. What about Anchor? I'm not a hodler of Anchor, to be honest. How much crypto you must have in your wallet? What what are you asking? How much cryptos you must have in your wallet? What? Damn. When will my 2 XRP make me rich? That is a good question as well. That is a good question. Dusty, what are your thoughts on Dogecoin? I think Dogecoin is, again, Litecoin. It's basically the same thing. But is it really good? No. It's just a meme coin. It got some use case because of flair and because of its utility as being a meme, but it's really not that good because it's also, it's pretty stupid. I mean, there's no real big cap on it either. It's just, Dogecoin's pretty stupid. But then again, it's backed by Elon Musk, so I guess it has some legitimacy to it. Can you chart Stellar Lumens? Stellar Lumens is basically the same as XRP, right? Most of the time. If you watch charts like this, it looks so easy to trade it, doesn't it? If you watch, for example, specifically the XLM chart, this one is a little bit more freaking annoying, but if you watch specifically the XLM chart over 1 hour, doesn't it look like the easiest thing in the world to trade? Like, okay, so right now we're going to, for example, short or we're going to sell. We're going to wait for another dip, right? It just basically moves so beautifully here throughout the pattern for the last couple of days here. It moves so beautifully since the 14th. For the last 10 days, it's moved so perfectly. Every time there's a logical tip with a logical dump. Logical tip, logical dump, logical tip, logical dump, logical tip, logical dump. logical tip, logical dump on XLM specifically. Looks interesting to me. Do you like ZLQZAA? Yes, I do like ZLQZAA. I do hold ZLQZAA. And again, my guys, my full portfolio is over on Patreon. Whenever I buy cryptos, it's over on Patreon. There's still another big update coming. I'm going to say tomorrow in the morning. Because I wanted to make another update now, but I've been freaking doing this whole live stream now for a couple of hours. I guess we're not going to go make another full report on alts here. So I'm going to make that tomorrow in the morning. Meme coin, what if Elon just makes very profitable public mockery of the Fed's money creation system? Also a possibility, to be honest. You don't really know what the guy is thinking, but then again, it didn't really matter if he went and done it for, I guess you have a point. You have a very good point. Could have been. Maybe it's a big mockery. When is altcoin season about to start? Is it about to start? Well, we don't know, right? If we knew, then I wouldn't be here once more, if I knew it for a fact. We're just watching this unfold, and there's some good probabilities that this is altcoin season following, again, the past. Do you know of AMP token? Let me type it in. AMP token. I have opened AMP token before, because I have it in my log here. Let's see. Maybe somebody's asking in the chat before. Okay, it looks pretty stupid already. Okay, let's quickly see. Collateral. Okay, so this is not a... okay, it's not really stupid, actually. Okay, so this is this AMP that you're talking about there. No, I don't know anything about it, to be honest. Collateral token offering instant variable assurances for any kind of value transfer using AMP. Networks like Flexic can quickly and irreversibly secure transactions for a wide variety of asset-related use cases. Okay, so I'm going to have to look into that one. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about it. Maybe you guys in the chat box do. You can let that guy know, but I personally do not. Somebody says the CIA and FBI can eat my dookie. Bitcoin is a scam. You know, to be honest, it's really funny just to think about who exactly made Bitcoin and why, right? Just the thought process of not knowing and maybe never finding it out. Craig Wright says he made it. Then again, I don't believe that guy for a little second. It's interesting that we might never find it out. And if we do, that crypto would crash to the freaking ground because then nobody would trust the system anymore. If that guy came out as well, you think would he be killed? Let's not talk about that. Never mind. So, do you know anything about VRA? VRA sounded really freaking dumb. Bonfire sounded really freaking dumb. Stop asking me freaking shit coins, man. Fly Food, the AMP token says is brilliant use case. Could be. I would have to look it up. But the majority of the coins you guys talk about are just shit. Just bad. Literally. Stolen Soul says my wife knows all about 1inch. Yeah. F in the chat. What do you think about Anchor? I haven't really done my due diligence. I'm not an Anchor holder. Alt season is here now. It could definitely be that this is altcoin season right now starting. I mean, for the bigger picture, we know crypto and Bitcoin are just going up throughout the longer run. But man, Reef isn't shit. Reef is really dumb as well. Man, I really do have a little bit of a hatred towards some crypto, I guess, huh? It's just, if the crypto is kind of a marketing scheme and has no real problem that they're trying to solve, it's just made with the purpose of making money and making other people money, I don't really like it too much. Theta, I do hold, yes, I do think that's a really solid coin with a really solid idea. Digibyte, I have some. I've held that for years, but I don't really involve myself with Digibyte updates anymore. I used to do about one Digibyte update every 4 days or so, but I've really stopped that a really long time ago. XLM is gold standard. XRP is gold standard. XLM is silver standard. I'm not sure about all of that. In the end, you don't know, right? That's all. That's not something you can measure, so that's really difficult. Holochain. Yeah, I do like Holochain as well. I do like that one. I think it's interesting. I did earlier state as well that Holochain is a little bit of a coin where it's kind of scary to buy more and more and more, because I bought so much and I just kept buying my way lower that I kind of waited on it for a little while. Like, I've been buying a lot of holo, but because it dipped now from about 3, again, a pretty big correction right now to about 0.008, and that's where I bought my biggest bag. I'm right now going to wait for a little bit to buy before I buy more, right? Because I'm almost getting overexposed to holo chain, so I'm going to have to wait. I have sold, I think my last holo batch I sold was like right around this area, like some, because I buy dips and I sell tops, right? That's what I do as a trader sometimes. And I bought here, I didn't sell. I'm not sure if I want to sell right now because I'm just kind of comfortable with this little position, with this entry price. Yeah, I'm thinking right now. I'm not sure what I want to do with holo. I'm not sure if I want to keep buying dips further and further and further and invest myself more and more and more, or if I just want to see it as, okay, you know what? I got a certain percentage in holo. Let me keep it like that because I feel comfortable here. Because DCing is nice unless you have to keep doing it for freaking ages. Then it doesn't become as nice anymore. And that's kind of the problem which we're facing right now. Bad influence going with the 10 South African Rand. Thank you for the support, brother. VET is cool, backed by Chinese government, partially. VET is definitely quite cool, though. I must admit. Oh, Wrench coming in with a 20 USD. Doge is purely a hype coin, but make no mistake, you can make money on it. I bet Elon actually puts a Doge coin literally on the moon. I will bet you 1 BTC that he does. He is just crazy enough. Damn. So if he doesn't, I'm just going to get 1 BTC for free, or does it actually have to be a bet? That would be, it would be pretty nice if. But you're right though. That is, I don't know if you came up with that because I've seen that little theory over on Twitter a couple of times before. Some people were tweeting that out saying why you should hold some Doge. There's some validity to that claim, but the question is, should you then buy Doge at a lower price, or just buy in right now because of that? Is Elon going to pump Doge at one point or another? I am 98% certain that Doge will pump again. But the question is, how high will it go? And how severely is he going to try to pump it? But Doge will definitely be put into some heavier media attention at one point or another. And I definitely think once more as well that you can make a lot of money with Doge. Once more, the question is just when you should buy it and at what point you should have it. Because right now it's really ridiculously high. But then again, the meme part of it is what gives it the price. I've explained to you guys before, I think Dogecoin is, from quite a lot of ways, really dumb. But then again, the purpose of it is being a meme coin. So the price is reflecting that. Once more, that's just my opinion, right? It's not a proven science. XRP is only to be used by international institutions. I have a video on that coming up later here about a little theory surrounding that, about the institutional adoption of crypto right now. By the way, I'm not actually a big Doge holder. I just have said before, there's definitely some positive sides to holding Doge. There are some positive sides to it, yes. Thoughts on Moon Pirate Coin? I don't know about that, my guy. Sold all my XRP for I can't say that. New Egg now accepts Doge. Hey, Twitter yesterday, I'm out XRP. Damn. Selling all your XRP for Doge, huh? That's the way. That is the way. XLM is a dud. You know what? XLM is really similar to XRP from a fundamental perspective. They're basically the same thing from the underground, but they've just chosen a different path. So you can't say XLM is garbage from, a real fundamental perspective. It's really good. But it's just the P2P niche is not what I would have preferred for them. It's just, I don't think that's as good, personally. I think they could have done better. Let's put it like that. I'm just quickly reading what you guys are saying as well. Because I have a video coming up here in 3:06. Okay. I have another video planned to release on 3:06. So it's about 15 minutes from now. 16 minutes from now. It has been planned. I'm just thinking what I should do there. Hey guys, are you actually buying or selling XRP right now, or are you doing nothing, just watching the price? Let me quickly know in the chat box if you're actually purchasing or doing something regarding that right now. Oh, Bad Influence came with the 14 South African round saying best guess for XRP price by next Friday. Man, those questions like that, that's nearly impossible to answer. I can't. Next Friday. So you're asking me the price 1 week from now? Let's wait for Bitcoin to unfold here, because there's a lot of interesting stuff happening right now. But a question like that is nearly impossible for me to answer. Answer. That's not possible. That's too hard. There's so many variables into play. Let's see for this to roll out first. Let's see how this is going to move along. But yeah, guys, you know what I'm going to do here? After this live stream, if you stay, right, if you don't move, you'll automatically be sent to the premiere of a video which is going to come out in about 15 minutes from now, on my channel. So if you are interested in watching the next video, it's going to come out in exactly 15 minutes from now. You can actually get yourself some, I don't know, some stuff to eat or something like that and just come back. Or should I wait until the video comes out and live stream still? I don't know. We don't have anything to talk about anymore, I think, huh? What else do we have? What else do you want to know? You guys keep asking me about coins I don't actually hold or don't actually really care about. A lot of my part actually is just I like XRP, I like Bitcoin, I like Ethereum, I like a lot of these coins, these big ones, because I just know they have a proven use case. They're 100% certain for the majority of us, it's proven to be good. And if you're gonna speculate on all these kind of shit coins on these smaller caps, it's like you're playing a little bit of a risky game, right? You're not certain. You're not certain. All right, let's go Q&A. Ask me some questions, all right? Ask a question and I'll try to answer it. And the Chronicles, please do not put your XRP amount in the chat box. That's definitely one of the stupidest things to do. Could XRP be more valuable than Bitcoin someday? Yes, it could. It definitely could. Is it feasible? Is it really going to happen? That's a difficult question, but it could from quite a lot of different views. What exchange do you use? I personally use Binance for a lot of things, bitrue for a lot of things, and Bybit. So bitrue mostly for buying XRP, Binance for mostly buying the majority of other coins, and Bybit, again, link for everything is down below, I think, for leverage trading. You know what I think about Bitcoin Gold? Yes, I do have a little bit of Bitcoin Gold because I was given it for free, but the majority of my Bitcoin, I have never claimed Bitcoin Gold for because it's risky to do the claiming. So if I were to take my private keys right now, I could actually get more Bitcoin Gold, but it's a risky game. It's really difficult to claim, and I'm not sure if you can actually still claim it. I would think so, though, that it's always claimable, though. Same thing for Bitcoin Cash. I can still get more Bitcoin Cash if I want to, just by claiming. I would definitely be able to get a couple $1,000s still, but you'd have to do that then. Do you staked coins can be hacked? That depends on what you're doing. I mean, if you're staking them with a wallet and the wallet gets hacked, then your coins are stolen too, right? So I guess yes. Bro, why leverage trading on Bybit instead of Binance? I just prefer Bybit. I don't know. It's just kind of personal preference. It's like, why do you use Binance for things? Like, yeah, I mean, it's just personal preference. Consider doing an ASMR live stream. That definitely not. Hi from West London. VeChain is another good long-term investment. I personally think so. I personally hold a lot of VeChain, and I think it's one of the most exciting projects out there. Bybit bonus, explain. There's a $1,000 bonus for just depositing. There's some $610 worth of bonuses for different things. And there's a trading competition coming for only people who've used my link. Soon. Is the Nano X good? I personally do not use mine. I use the Ledger Nano S because I'm usually a little bit more happy with things, where there's no Bluetooth involved. So if there doesn't have to be any Bluetooth, I just like it. I just think the Ledger Nano S has some good points in that sense because it doesn't have the Bluetooth feature, so it's a little bit safer, right? It just kind of feels that way. Why do you think XRP is going to moon? It only reached $1.90 since it was made. That's wrong. So if you don't have the facts correct, might want to look it up better before you ask a question like that. Unless you're talking about some different currency that I do not know about. I like VeChain as my third coin position. Yeah, VeChain is pretty high up on my list. I just FOMO'd into... Okay, that's pretty strange. Somebody FOMO'd into animal coins. I mean, animal coins right now are hype, are pumping up. But I think that's purely because people think, hey, things can't go wrong. Well, not sure if those coins of that sort are really going to perform well over a longer term, though. What stops banks from just copying XRP and making a new coin and leave us out? I mean, well, that's a really interesting question to ask. I would say a good part is the framework. A good part is which bank are you referring to? Because if every bank were to just make a coin like that, then you'd not have universality, or whatever the word for that one is. It's also the fact that it's now an outstanding company. It's not within the banking system, that it can be used by all banks at once. Otherwise, if it's one bank making it, then literally, what was the purpose of that? And you can't copy XRP is not completely true. You can copy it. You can actually fork XRP, for example, if you really wanted to. There's quite a lot which you could copy. But the question is, what's going to be the purpose of that? Because if a bank is the issuer, then nobody else would want it. Right? It's only one bank then. What, did they get it together? Well, that's, again, the big question, right? If all banks were to come together, you'd not need Ripple, you'd not need XRP anyway. But it's that thing which cannot really happen. Because if all banks had a literal direct connection, and there would be mutual trust between all banks, you'd not have this whole worldwide problem. But the thing is, they can't. So that's, again, kind of a dream scenario. And there's, again, another big difference between only banks in the United States or banks around the world. Because banks around the United States might work together, might use one of their coins, but that still doesn't solve the cross-border problem. Can banks set $1 to be 0.0001 of XRP? I don't know what you're trying to say. The Simpsons know that XRP will hit 580 in a few years. Okay, let's see. I'm holding XRP, traded all my Doge for more XRP. Okay, interesting. Stolen Soul says, I came within a hair's breadth of fear selling, but I came and listened to Dusty's calming voice and read the comments of my fellow XRP Army soldiers and was inspired to hold strong. Hey, to be completely honest, if you feel as if you should really sell, you can always do that, right? Don't think you should hold on because others are. Because in the end, you're on your own, right? I mean, you're the person making or losing money. But if it's reassuring to know that we are all holding as well, that might be something. Because I personally do hold, and I'll definitely tell you if I'm thinking something else. But again, I've also held throughout 2017, 18, 19, whatever, right? So, yeah, I just think the bigger picture. I don't really care for the short-term riches. What are your thoughts on the NFT fad? There's a very good use case for NFTs, but not the hype which we're seeing right now. A lot of the art stuff, a lot of the collectible stuff is just stupid. It's going to fly over, though, really shortly. We'll see it. Hey guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you press the like button. Specifically, if I've answered one of your questions and you haven't pressed the like button, man, why not? Support the channel a little bit, press that little button. Hey guys, what I've also noticed here is we've just lost about 100 subscribers in like the last hour. I don't think it's actually people pressing the unsubscribe button. I think it mostly has to do with the YouTube algorithm thinking that a lot of people are taking their that there's a lot of fake subscriptions basically. Because right now I'm seeing within 2 minutes, boom, all of a sudden 60 subscribers are gone or something like that. And I think it is because people pressed it all at the same time. And then YouTube thinks, ooh, this is fake, right? So it takes it off and just unclicks people's message again. So make sure you quickly check if you're still subscribed. And make sure you keep checking that out, all right? For just the next day or so, just quickly check it out if you're still subscribed to the channel. Because it's doing some crazy stuff on here. Kulik says, with the 5 Canadian coming in, says, thank you for your answers. I try my best to answer every question. So let me quickly see here. So Stolen Soul says, if I sold that stuff, it would quickly skyrocket to $1,000 in 3 seconds. That's really the fun part about being a hodler. Every time you think about selling, the price just goes up. Every time you sell, the price just goes up like crazy. Every time you buy, the price dumps. That's like the fun part about trading, huh? Or about just holding crypto in general as well. Paul says, I hit it before the video loads up. That is freaking support, Paul. You're a freaking soldier. But no, I really don't get it why YouTube takes those subscriptions off again. Because I can't fathom just 60 people all of us at the same minute just unsubscribing. That would be strange, right? It's their algorithm or it's something like that. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but... Hi, greets from Belgium. Hi, my dreams caravan. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Well, the biggest thing about XRP is that it is a survivor. 95% of the coins coming out now will simply not be around by this time next year. XRP has traction. Yes, XRP is actually one of the oldest coins in the book. It is. It will stay around for the next decades as well, I think. So, yeah. What are corrections? Corrections are when the price basically goes down at least 10%. That is a correction. What is what counts as a correction? In crypto, if it's really going down like 30% or so, people say, ooh, heavy correction. Or 50% and stuff like that. But from 10% on forward, you might already call it a correction. It's basically the price dropping 10%, right? So, again, just going down, for example, to a level like this, or specifically here, just going down like this is a correction. You basically have the price going up, and it going down is a correction. But even this here is a correction too. Right? For example, within these couple of days, that was a correction right there. That algorithm, yes. Stellar will work over the... where would you put 10K right now if you could with the prices that are current? That's a really difficult question. I would just diversify my bag into the coins which I already have right now. My full portfolio, by the way, is over on Patreon if you wanted to know. End of year price prediction? Ooh, I don't have one like that. That's again, it's too difficult. There's no end of year price prediction that is going to be accurate, so that's all stupid. It's not even worth it to ask the question. Dusty's thoughts on Zilliqa? I like Zilliqa. I hold Zilliqa. You guys most likely knew it already, but then again. What is the meaning of moving XRP my wall? I have no idea what you mean. Vet thoughts? I talk about VeChain on the channel so often, man. Vet is one of my favorite coins by far. Been like that for a very long while as well. Yeah, what else can I say about that? It's just one of my favorite coins by far. Dusty, with the new legislation, are we going to have trouble with our external ledger money back to exchanges? I have no idea what you're talking about. What legislation are you referring to? Dudes, where's my XRP? Says, want to be best friends? Aren't we best friends already? Man, I thought we were. Yeah. What are some good fundamentals to use when building a... let's see. When building a base or selecting coins for my portfolio. Yeah, so I was actually building a crypto basics course. It's not out just quite yet because man, when I make something, it's going to take me freaking a year. I've already been working on that for at least 1.5 years, and I keep stalling, keep writing more. I want to make it perfect, so I keep deleting my videos, keep re-recording, deleting them again. And one of those things was basically how to build a proper portfolio. Kind of a small little lesson here is make sure you know, if you look up the crypto, is like, okay, do you think that this really, in a real world, would do the job and would really get people to, get excited about? For example, if you talk to people about XRP in the use case, it's like, wow, they really get excited, right? Logically so, though, because it's fixing a real problem. If you're thinking about Doge, it might be like, yeah, laughs and giggles, but it's not something which you definitely can easily hold for the next 10 years. If you then talk about the real Elon Musk fundamentals, okay, it has some potential, but then again, that's also how you're going to determine your percentage. I mean, XRP, for example, fundamentally strong. Doge, for example, okay, you have some potentials of some price increases, but not that strong where you're going to go full into Doge, for example. And so it goes on for every coin. You're like, okay, Ethereum, big platformer, okay. It's already doing really great. It has a big update coming up, Ethereum 2.0. Okay, Binance coin or BNB or the Binance Smart Chain, really big right now. Really up and coming. Maybe, so you go on like that. Read those white papers to make sure the companies will have good use case, make sure they have good backing. That is if you're going for a smaller cap. If you're going for a crypto, which is really within the top, like, 50 or something like that, you don't really have to read the full white paper to understand this type of stuff. But yeah, guys, we're going to end the stream right here for right now. There's a next video coming up. You don't even have to do anything. You're just going to be moved there automatically. So just sit tight, make sure you press the subscribe button, and check out the next video, which is going to come out here. And we'll do another live stream tomorrow, so do not fret if I didn't answer your question just quite yet. It's going to be coming out tomorrow. But thank you all for watching. Once more, you do not have to move. I will redirect you to the next video. So do not move. Don't do anything. Don't press anything. Don't press the video away. You'll be redirected there.